Hello or welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to Thoughts Express. Also, shout out to Wyattsdot's Productions for hosting us today. Now, if you've been off the internet for the past 4 years at this point, you may not know that there is a gender war going on. We have podcasters arguing with women, we have women arguing with men on podcasts, and it's a big back and forth. Today's topic, though, is a bit controversial and is poking at the bear. I am joined by these beautiful ladies and gentlemen today, and we are going to start off with introductions. And of course, I'm going to tell you the topic, but I want to kind of save it for a little bit later. But I'm going to ask you first, your guys' first names and then your Instagram handles. And then we're going to start off with Ethan.
Okay. My name is Evans. My Instagram name is Kofi_K1.
I am Debrie J, aka Breezy. My Instagram is Aisha_Breeze.
It's your girl MJ, and my Instagram is Mullah_Maya.
My name is Ache. My Instagram is Ache_Nyam.
And my name is Richie. I'm antisocial. Thank you.
Okay.
And my name is Debbie, and my Instagram handle is Debbie with 2 E's, Mensa. But also, before we hit our break off, our topic for today is, what do women bring to the table? And all I ask for you, we're going to take like a quick break. So grab some water, grab some popcorn, and say a quick prayer before we chop off each other's heads.
Right here.
Oh my Bro, I was doing this. No.
Okay, all right. So we are going to start off with a little icebreaker before we begin our discussion today. So for the icebreaker, I want it to kind of be a little bit juicy, okay? So my question for today is, how would you describe your last relationship in one word? We can start.
I'll take this one. I would describe my last relationship in one word as a lesson. I say that because when you go in with, immaturity and you're not fully healed, you end up in a lot of situations that could have been avoided had you kind of just been patient and, learned yourself more before committed to another person. So that's what I say. And I say for anyone out there getting into relationships, make sure you're getting into them with the right mindset and not just for like fun or because you're bored, because it is a journey.
I respect that.
I would say mine was also a life lesson. Before I hop into a relationship, be prepared what's coming to you. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be prepared for like all the love and all the lovey-dovey. Be prepared of what's boundaries you're going to set on, boundaries for yourself, and what's going to happen like behind doors. So make sure you're healed and make sure you're prepared. Make sure you stay strong before you start a new relationship.
As you should.
I would say a lesson too. I feel like there was just, a lot of painful things. And of course, no one wants to go through pain or anything like that. But when you look at it, going henceforth what you want and what you're not going to deal with anymore. And like, you'll really look at like how you were when you were in it. And then you look, you don't even see yourself as yourself when you're like now like healed or almost fully healed. Mm-hmm. So it just makes you think like you don't want to go through that ever again. And, you want what's best for yourself in the future. So that's what I say.
We love that. So we are all healed on this couch right here?
Yes,
ma'am. As you should. Gentlemen.
That's cool. Yeah. Mine was nice. It just didn't work out. Shit happens.
Okay.
Add a little, bro.
A little short essay? You giving us a short essay?
Love is a beautiful thing.
Don't just.
Okay, so if I have to describe my previous relationship in one word, it's going to be the title of my song, which is Treatment. And it's so hard for me to express myself, telling people how I feel. So I just put in a song. as an artist, I have an EP out right now, which have like say songs, which I put my emotions into all of them. But the last one talks a lot about my previous relationship. So many times, so many stories. I gave you love, you gave me wars. You take your drugs and you set your boundaries. So I think you'll go, well, stream that song and there's a lot in it. Thank you.
Okay. I will say for myself, I'm going to relate my last relationship to a Bible story. If you all know the story of the prodigal son, I feel like almost everyone, especially like if you enter a relationship, just know yourself, know who you are. Don't get lost in the sauce and everything will be okay. So we are going to, okay, first question I want to ask, because I have a lot going through my mind.
Okay.
Have you ever been asked or have asked a woman what she brings to the table? Anyone can go. This is free.
Yeah, I have been asked that, not like so formally, but the topics came up, and I think that it just stems from like men kind of being defensive because as they are providers, they kind of just like, okay, well, what do you bring? And so it kind of leaves women defensive, and then it kind of like you shut down because no one wants to be asked that, like, oh, what do you bring to a table? You know, you're supposed to kind of vet people, get to know what they are, you know, college degrees, businesses, etc. So yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, so to me, I've never asked a lady like that or that question before because before I start to talk to you, it's like I get my answers through the way like we have our interactions and everything. So there is no need for me to ask you. I can see that clearly. So
Okay. I will say for myself though, and if you are new to this podcast, I've said this before, but men are like FBI agents, especially before they take you out, before they even talk to you. They know everything about you.
that's
So
true.
I'm a firm believer that when a guy does try to ask me that, I've never personally like been asked that question, but if a guy ever asks me that, I would almost take it almost as him being defensive or him trying to, in a sense, poke the bear, because most guys know what makes a woman like angry in a sense. And it's definitely one of those questions right there. So again, I'm a firm believer. If you have to ask, you clearly don't know, nor do you deserve it. So I just kind of step back. Anyone else?
Just with what you said, I feel like it's just trying to poke because, you know, when they meet a woman, they like you said, they might have done research or they ask the questions. What are you doing in school? Where do you see yourself? All that kind of stuff. And so when I just don't see how, you know, you can see how it's we get offended
Okay.
when it's asked, basically.
You kind of quiet in the back. What you gotta
I was just paying attention, you know.
Oh, that's the phrase.
So what's my question?
Have you ever asked a young woman what she brings to the table?
No, I feel like the kind of man I am, I don't really ask that type of question. I just go with the flow and I'll figure out stuff myself, you know.
Okay. So do you guys feel like, in a sense, I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but do you guys feel like if you were to ever ask that question, does a woman have a right to be offended by it?
I don't think so. It's just like you asking a guy, hey, what do you do for a living? Because guys, we also have our standards, you know? So it's like you coming, you expect something from the guy. The same way we also expect something from you girls as well. So when we having a conversation and you ask me, what do you do for a living? Oh, you drive that small car? Oh, okay. Are you by yourself? That is like you having a checkbox on me. So me, the guy, going ahead to ask you what you bring on the table, maybe it's bad. The choice of words might not be good, but it's a good answer to ask. And I don't know why it should be offensive because we also have standards and we have the right too.
Ladies, I'm hearing
It's more in the way that you ask. It's the connotation. It's the words you use. Like I said, it's an easy way to vet. So I'm not going to ask you, oh, welcome to dinner. Hi, my name's Bree. Oh, what do you bring to the table? You know, we're going to talk. We're going to vibe. You know, we're going to laugh. And I'll be like, oh, so did you go to college? You know, where you work? You know, you're going to vet. It's going to come naturally. You don't just sit down with someone and be like, all right, so what do you have to offer me? Okay.
You know, sometimes guys, we don't
Doesn't
play.
happen.
We don't have time. We just want to go. We just want to like build something really quick. We don't play with stuff like that. Yeah.
I would say this though, because it's like there's a difference between small talk and invasiveness, right? So it's like I know women, like even me, for example, we all know on this channel that I do background checks on these men. Go to the BMV, DMV, get the first and last name, social security, or any type of address, and you set. But I feel like, for example, it's like, as a woman, it's just small talk. Like I can ask you things that I just cannot find out simply by looking at you. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like that to us as well.
I would say, like you guys said, though, you guys are observing. You know the women that you want. You know what they bring to the table already. You're just asking that question just to make sure what they're going through or poking the bear. Because it's like, it's different for me to say, like, it's like, I don't know how many kids you got. But if I were to say, like, oh, do you have kids? It's not me trying to like poke at you. It's just simply me. I can't look at you and say like he's a father or he's not.
Can't you see me?
Hey,
But it's more of like you just want to know and get to know that person.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
This cause like, oh, you drive that car. Oh, you have kids. Oh, you live with your mom, Dukes and stuff like that. Like you just want to get to know them. It's like so the way you have to ask like the question. Make sure you think about that question before you ask that question. Because sometimes you have to think of the future. Say like, oh, what if she like don't clean and stuff like that? Like, do you clean? Do you cook? Do you like take care of yourself? Or for a man, like, oh, do you like work out? Do you like go out places with women? Like, what you do like for like a relationship, stuff like that. It's more of like you have to the way you have to ask it. Think before you speak. That's what I always tell myself. You have to think before you speak, because then the demon come out. It's all will, because it's gonna be a fight. One of these little questions and these little conversations we gonna have.
no, I feel you. But I feel like it's also kind of, I don't know, ladies, I don't know if y'all can relate to me, but I feel like when we talk about invasiveness, it's like men will get offended if I ask them how much money you got in your bank account.
Anything.
But men are also willing to also ask invasive questions such as
only the
what's
broke
your body
ones.
count?
Exactly.
Oh, I hate that question.
Let's get into that. This take that men expect women to be pure and innocent, but also on the same notion want them to be freaky and experienced. It's like,
It's not
oh,
all
I
men.
don't. I didn't say okay, but just how y'all generalize, I'm just kind of summing it up because it is a thing that we deal with nowadays. Men are focused on that type of stuff. You'll say you want this type of woman, you'll describe the type of woman you want, and then your Instagram feed says something different. You'll say you want this type of woman, educated, independent, modest, and then you'll go to the club and you'll be all up on the girl you claim that you don't want, and then wonder why, like, when am I
Can
going
I
to
say
settle
something
down?
about
Just
that?
Sure can.
Go ahead.
You sure
Look,
can.
This is one thing about men, right? We want a woman that can take care of a house. Most of the time, niggas just be thinking with their little thing down there when they go out. So I've had stories like that. Even me, I've been in that situation before.
Life experience.
Why you say you want this and that, but you go out with your boys and you looking at this and you following this type of ladies. At the end of the day, we might look, we're not doing nothing with them, but we want a real woman to take care of my kids at home, But at the same time, if you mind, be sexy enough.
Enough. What is enough?
Like enough for me.
So what is sexy enough for you?
Don't just be wearing no angel nightgown. Be like a bad, So
And I understand
because
that.
most of our real women that we stay with, I don't know, they don't be sexy enough.
Okay, to take it here, to take it biblically a little bit, the Bible tells us to be modest. So yes, I agree. But the Bible also says that it is ready to like cast out your eye, then like sin and by lust and looking at a woman. So you have to think about that as well.
What I'm gonna say is this:
not all
we're
of
not
us are
doing
Christians.
Bible studies right now, and I'm not trying to condemn the Bible, but real life right now. If you trying to be holy, you will get the, I don't know what. Maybe you might date a cobra or something like that. No human being no man like me will like to be with you for real.
Okay.
Unless God has appointed them to be a pastor.
Okay,
And
spiritual.
there are a few pastors in this world, so
But I will say also, y'all, anyone who's watching us from TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, please feel free to comment. We would love to answer some questions that you do have. Kind of going off what you said, though. You said, so this kind of leads me to my next question.
Okay.
What is a woman's value to you? Like, what do you see valuable in women?
Me, I'm a very simple guy. First of all, I don't know how to cook. So one of the main things, that would be like, and I'm not really like somebody who eats a lot. So that would be one of the things I'll look for in a woman. And if I looked at it this way, if I'm not there, you're going to be the next in kin for my kids, right? So at the end of the day, you have to have something going on, you know. This too, I'm cool with, like take care of home, make sure home is good, make my house a home.
Do you expect your woman to like work as well, or?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you want a woman to take this one? So y'all want traditional women without being traditional men?
You want a female that wants to cook and
y'all want traditional women without being traditional men?
Get a job.
This is my whole thing. If you don't want to cook for me, cook for my kids.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's my only thing. So guess what? What if I go down in the future? What if my job get messed up? So what? We're gonna be what?
No, but that's not the point. You even kind of shot yourself in the foot a little bit. You said I can't cook. So you bring half the responsibility, but the woman has to bring 150%.
he can't cook.
I know some ladies can cook, but at the end of the day, when I said you see how you reacting right now?
Instagram Chef Breeze.
My only thing is, if Richie is looking for a lady to be my wife, at least you know how you're supposed to know how to cook. You're supposed to have a job. Because as I said, what if they fire me on my job and I don't, maybe I'm leaving paid to pay checks. Okay. What's going to happen? Okay. We're going to lose our home. We're going to lose everything.
Okay. Let me ask
that won't happen.
He might have a point, y'all.
Let me just ask you a question.
In the notion, like as an independent woman, yes, you should have a job. But when you become in union, like if you want to be that man of the household, you should kind of expect
I will take care of most of the bills. By the end of the day, it's like what I was saying. What if I go down? What if I have, God forbid, what if I have an accident? I can't work no more. What are we going to leave on?
Okay, I would have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, in context, would you also be taking chores in the house that you are good at performing at?
Yes.
So, like
100%. Like something like cleaning the bathrooms is my duty. If I have a son, I would train him to do that, take the trash out. Even though an African guy like me, we wasn't really trained like that. But when I got here, it's like, nigga, what you doing?
Okay.
Take that shit out.
Fair.
So you would say like you are gonna help at least in the house,
vacuum the house, trash. Like manly stuff. I'ma do it with my son. If I have a son one day, I'ma do it with him so he learns from daddy. So I don't have no problem helping my lady out. Like me coming back from work, I see her so tired, laying down. She got stuff in the kitchen. Hey, I'm still heated. I just came back from work. I could do it. There's nothing for a man to do. Okay. But that is just me. I know some men will never do nothing, and I'm not that type of man. So,
I'm glad you can address that.
And also, like, to me, when I'm looking for a wife, right, I see a wife to be a helper or like a partner, somebody who is to help me and me help her, then we get to the top together. So I'm not looking for somebody who is just coming to sit at the living room, watch TV all day, not be like, babe, can you change the diapers? Babe, can you do this? No, that's not the kind I'm looking for. Because this raised back that topic that people be saying 50-50 thing. If you want me to be 100%, right, then you have to take the house child's 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the women don't have problem with that. Like if the man is doing 100%, with work and stuff, I I think women are like, okay, yeah, you'll hear women say, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do all that. If you're the one that's taking care of the bills, no problem.
I would say also, it's like if you ever do encounter, because there's, again, I will say this, there's a difference between a woman and then a girl. Same thing as there's a difference between a boy and a man. So again, if you are dealing with a woman who is mature and also values you, because again, if you do everything for your woman, she'll do everything back for you, especially if she respects you and values you. Now, if you're dealing with a woman who does not care for you or value you, that's when you start coming up with questions of, oh, what does she bring to the table? This and this. Or you just simply don't like her the way you think you like her. Yeah. Because I'll say this, a lot of young men who, again, complain about, again, their partner, their female partner being lazy or not giving them enough emotional support or, you know, doing stuff for them or taking care of them, it's because, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of men date women who don't like them.
If you can't work things between, like, for y'all two to even keep a relationship in the household, what's the point of y'all talking to each other? What's the point of, like, being here? If you can't work things out between each other like that, there should be no communication. There should be no contact. There should be no eye contact or anything, because that's just going to be like a waste and it's going to fall down the hill. That's just a waste of, like, trying to, like, change things, but it's not going to fix. So it's just...
I will blame 90% on the man, because sometimes we just be looking at the BBL they got, you know, like we just be looking at the futures they have. We don't really get to know them. Yeah. All we thinking about is, damn, she got a nice ass or some shit like that, you know. And then at the end of the day, it's not going to work for you, because what you was looking for is not what you're getting now, you know. So,
I mean, it's fair. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just realized we're talking about like marriage a lot, and I love that. But can we bring it back to like the here and now a little bit and kind of talk about how do y'all feel about talking stages? Because a little bit.
I think that is the most part, because that is a foundation. And if you are building a home and you have a strong foundation, no matter how tall it is, it's still strong. So when you get to the talking stage, it's something that guys are good at that, because they can actually be pokey, as you said, and get everything or every answer that they want from you. But one thing that I see a lot of ladies doing wrong is that when they meet guys for the first time, they try to tell you who they want to be with.
What do you mean?
And you need to smell that.
What do you mean?
So it's like, me, I'm looking for a guy who
smells
can
nice.
who can, and
drive a nice car.
Guys are the best artists. Like, we act so good. So if you tell us what you're looking for, maybe you have a nice body. So far as now I know what you're looking for, I can pretend to be who I'm not.
And manipulate.
And then get the body first. And after that, be like, oh, he was not like that. He was so cool. He was sweet. No, that was not the real guy.
Because I will say this, you're kind of speaking some truth, because also I'm a firm believer actors get the like most Grammys because they're men. Men are like the best actors.
Exactly.
Especially if you let that man know what you're looking for. Like, I'm a firm believer in the talking stages to get to know the person, not tell them the person you're looking for.
Yeah. So,
right?
So in most time, it's like ladies are giving you something to do for them, even on the talking stage. But that's not how I don't think it should be. Okay. Because I feel like that is... And also, most ladies have some expectations in their mind. Be like, oh, I saw this guy at church, so he's supposed to be this way. So that mentality doesn't really give them the room to get to know the guy. Because they already think, oh, I met him at the church, he sings, he knows God, he's this. And guys, we will deceive you. No, they will deceive you. Not
even past this. Even past this.
Yes.
I messed up sometimes.
Yeah.
I will say this. Like, I get where you're coming from on the idea that girls like have an assumption of men, but it's like, I also feel like it's both men too, because I'm not going to lie to you. Like, again, like, I haven't looked at y'all's Instagram feed, but again, men nowadays will show off they watch, twist their little dreads, show off cash, right? And again, you expect
it's
women...
just like you showing up with makeups.
Yeah, I will say this. I will say this. You're tracking the
And then the next morning,
Slow down.
No. I will say
they
this.
look like grandma.
Okay,
I will say this. You guys are right. You are attracting what you want. So now, for example, I will say this about a man or a woman. If I'm a young lady, right, and I'm showing my titties on Instagram Live, guess I know what I'm looking for. I'm not stupid.
You know what you're gonna attract.
Same thing with men. Y'all cannot complain about, oh, I ain't trying to deal with no gold diggers. I need a woman who can hold me down and love me for who. And you're flashing your diamond watch. You're showing those little dreads and holding a wad of cash to your ear. And then you question who you attract.
And it's corny and distasteful, honestly.
And it's like, I will say, like, if you want to bring up like the ideas of women like wearing makeup or wearing tight clothes, we know what we're doing. We're trying to show
And you know
ourselves.
something? I'll show up this way, very simple. And that same lady is gonna tell a friend, that guy doesn't even know how to dress.
But men complain too. Oh, you guys, pretty face, but
Right.
nobody.
Y'all
Does that
complain like,
not
oh, that shirt's too tight. Oh, what you got on? You showing too much skin. Like, y'all complaining a lot.
We can't wear anything without like hearing any feedback.
Same as girls.
No, I'm
Girls,
just saying,
it's
like when
like-
it comes to
What?
that.
Girls is like a connection, right? Female is like a connection. You know somebody here, that person you don't know is a different lady in Columbus. That lady in Columbus knows somebody different in Atlanta. So it's like, whatever that you tell this lady is already gone worldwide. So it's like BBC talking to the BBC news. I'm being for real. So it's like, I don't know, guys. We did not talk much because when I tell Richie more about my first date, guys, we make some comments that
And
the
that's
other
it.
guys do not like it. Like, oh, bro, that girl, nah, forget about her. But maybe
don't
you're
like
already
that.
into her. Oh, black, nah, bro. Why did you say that? That's
still
weak.
love her,
That makes you
though.
weak.
No,
And I say,
So-
let people have their own experiences.
You let me land. So because of that, guys, we don't talk too much with our guys.
Because
We
you
do
guys,
not.
I will say this: the reason why men feel
But
like
ladies, oh my God, guess what?
No.
Guess what? Yeah.
Hey girl, how did it went?
Oh my God. Oh my God. This should be there.
no,
Yeah.
I'll
so
say this. I'll say
sweet.
this because I do agree with
he
you.
got you.
But I don't lie. I told her everything. We gonna be honest. That is most definitely true. Like, that's every day.
No, I'll say this. Men listen to other men. Women don't listen to women. I'll say this. So even if y'all are complaining, oh, she's going to her friends, telling her all of this.
Like, y'all talk the most though.
We talk, but we don't listen. You guys don't talk because you know you listen. That's why. You guys don't go to your homies and tell her, yeah, y'all, this is who
I
I'm
went
talking,
on a
because you're
date.
scared what they're going to tell you. That's why you shut your mouth. You get to know the girl. When you're about to say, okay, maybe I want to be with her, then you will bring it up slightly to somebody that you know. And if they say, no, G, she a hoe, you done.
Like, don't bring her up as soon as you're
And
like, oh, I'm about to mess with this shorty. We finna do this and do that. Or like, oh, we finna go out somewhere. Like, bro, you see shorty, bro? Oh, like, bro, don't know what I want to do. That's like really bragging. That's like, oh, you just want to be seen by somebody, and then like that brings up like, like they don't need to talk to you.
But I see
They
a
don't need
couple
to
though.
talk to you.
I see a couple like, hey, give me FaceTime. Hey girl, guess what? What? Just point on the side. Oh my God, you on a date? Oh my God. That's that like it's but a guy will be just like looking at you like what is going on?
No. I will say this though.
They
When a
reading us
guy,
right now.
I feel like guys want to be seen though. I don't know. Like because if I'm on a date and I'll be showing the food out, I'll make sure I don't.
Yeah,
get
show
him
the
in.
food, don't show me.
No, guys get upset. They're like, so you ain't gonna show me? Like,
yeah, you
Always a plate, never a day.
don't show my face.
No,
show
it's
your
like
food.
sitting in the nigga's car, right? Y'all be taking the video so I've seen like in a day, I don't know how many videos I see on my TikTok where ladies, they so good at they can get the angle so right.
Yeah.
You don't see nobody driving. Is it a Tesla? You in a Tesla?
Yeah,
Or what?
you in a
You
Ghost.
know?
Yo, you in our business?
I just feel like niggas just be saying that just because it's not like we want to be seen. At the end of the day, I don't want to be seen nowhere. It's not like
So
I'm
you
going
telling me, okay, hold on. So you don't want to be seen. So you telling me if you're messing with a female, right? And like you are messing with her heavy and she, let's say y'all at a nice dinner, you probably spent $500, right?
Yeah.
She's showing everything but shoe. You telling me you're not gonna try to move your hand in there?
I
And just
will.
let some.
A little watch,
Okay.
a little tattoo.
I'm
Wait.
not that type of a nigga. I'm
Me
Yeah,
personally is like I've seen a lot of ladies, right? They'll take a selfie with their boyfriends, but when they post on their story, they'll have a sticker on
The heart
emoji
over his face.
on his face.
That's respect.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That doesn't mean that.
But listen.
How is that respect?
Because what it is, hold on, what it is private but not secret. You know, like, so you know, like, So you're telling people that I'm committed to this person, I'm with them, but you're easing your way out because the fact of the matter is nobody, like everybody knows everybody. And so the problem is when you're fresh in the talking stage and you pop out, people are always so quick to, oh bro, yeah, I knew her, I used to mess with her, I'm so corny. Like, will you fumble her? So let the next dude have his own experience. And because y'all be bitter sometimes, so it's like let the next dude or let the next girl have her experience with him because y'all move forward and go from there. And so it's about privacy when you do that.
I get you. If you don't think about it, if you don't realize, if you don't see it, people likes to be messy.
Mm-hmm.
When you like somebody, or you about to post them like, oh, like you about to commit like a whole relationship, bro. People likes to be messy. And that's what nobody wants to be in. If I want to mess with somebody, I'm gonna make sure that I let people know that I'm with somebody, but you don't know who it is.
Misery loves company.
Like in a whole new outfit.
Because all of a sudden now all y'all adding my man. Like, don't do that.
I will say this. I have a rule. I'm not gonna post a man until I'm married. Y'all don't need to know who my boyfriend is or anybody.
This is FBI girl talking.
It's just that's just me though. I just feel like I don't even post on my own social media. So let alone if I post another person on my social media, right? I'll say this though. In terms of men are like the biggest gossips, right?
The biggest what?
What? I'm not gonna be on this show.
Biggest what?
Y'all be pillow talking. Y'all be pillow talking. Men are pillow talk. Y'all pillow talk. Y'all pillow talk. I promise you pillow talk.
Man, y'all be talking about like 10 different.
Let me tell you, the only time niggas be talking about your woman is when y'all being so troublesome and you know that's the only time.
What happened to leaving stuff within the privacy of your relationship? See, because y'all run to y'all man, y'all pillow talk about your man, and then you go back.
Talking about privacy.
You're hurting your own relationships by going to your boys, spilling all your stuff, and then going to girl, and then you're making her look. Y'all embarrassing her. Y'all embarrassing her when she in public with you screaming my man. No, and y'all over here pillow talking to y'all boys.
I'm not gonna be on this show for y'all to say this.
That's true.
This is my whole thing, right? Like, ladies, when y'all go talk, did you ask your man this? Did you ask him that? Did you try to find this? Niggas don't do that. When I go to my boys and I tell them, they look at me and be like, man, you look stressful. And I be like, man, bro, she's giving me a hard time in the crib. That's all. You know what niggas say? Man,
suck it up.
It's women, man. You just got it. No, ladies, they'll keep going like, oh my god, did you make sure this? No. I
will say girl,
they'll even call you back to make sure you ask those questions.
No, I'll say this because I feel like with women, the reason why we are so like detailed with our friends is because I think we're more emotionally in tune with that girl's emotions.
Right.
So it's like these are questions that we would want to be asked in a sense, but guys are like. In a sense, like, I don't know, with guys, you guys are like just very, this is a man, right? His homie is telling him, damn, me and my girl going through it. This is exactly what y'all say. It's like a universal statement. Oh, gee, she probably somebody else. That's all y'all tell your homie, and that's in his head. And then he goes and argues with his girlfriend about something random, right?
Because look, guys, no guy would talk to their friend guy. And take then that I would take those advice and go home and go never.
But I guess in your head though, like in the back of your head.
No. I guess
niggas don't think like that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's ladies. You see, you talking from a lady's perspective. You know, men, we never do that. Like it just happened like a few days ago when my nigga was like, man, I was just playing my PlayStation and she just came in and took everything out. You know?
And what did you say? What did he do? What did you say to him?
Me?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I'm like, nigga, what you do? He's like, man, I ain't come home early. I'm like, man, you know what it is.
What is it?
That's niggas talking. That's niggas talking. Oh, God. So what is my boy gonna tell his girl? Nothing. It's like, man, I've come to the conclusion where ladies are gonna be ladies sometimes. You know? And then before that, it's like the girl you dealing with has his own personality, you know. So that is there, and she being a lady is also there. So as a man, young guys won't get it, but as a man, it takes some time for you to understand these things, right? So to me, sometimes when I was in a relationship, I look at my girl and be like, yeah, she's just being a lady today. Or what I mostly say is, yeah, you're on your period, right? You know,
you do not. You ask for no.
Yo, that's what I say.
Hey, you trying to get controversial? He
Yeah.
trying to get
And then when
canceled. First
and
makeup,
then
now
when
period.
she's doing her,
But that's
I
true.
know, okay, she is doing her, you know? So you have to
Mm.
kind of tell the difference. But niggas, please don't say that.
But-
We
I
don't-
give you what
we
you
don't
never
do
said
that.
though. I'm gonna give you a word of advice. Never blame it on restriction.
Richie?
And y'all don't understand. Y'all be trying to desensitize yourselves to you on your period. But do you understand everything the woman go through? Like
Hold
The
on.
y'all
same
need to
way
get
you
it
understand
Okay.
what we go through
Okay,
as
hold on,
men.
hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. So am I lying by saying when y'all be on your period, sometimes y'all be acting off?
I mean, with our period, it's a symptom of having like a
Literally your
depressive
hormones.
state.
So when I
Yes.
say
So-
that,
so
it's
he was
not-
right
it's
then.
not- It doesn't literally
But keep it
mean
in your
like
head.
you on your period, but you acting like you on your period.
But I
That's-
would say there's
you
a
know.
better approach of asking your woman, like, hey, is everything okay? Is like everything
Right.
good versus just saying you on your period, right? It's like, for example, it's like, let's say you have a friend who's, financially going through it and they got their hand and they're like, their head in their
Yeah.
hand like this. You're not going to ask them, you broke, right? You ain't get your paycheck, right? You cool, right? No, you just simply say, hey, bro, what's good?
Hey,
Like,
me, when you tell me that you haven't had your paycheck, nigga, I'm here too, man. I'm waiting on mine too, but shit, what we gonna do? Nigga, shut
Men
the
are
fuck
less
up and wake
emotionally
up.
fine than
Next.
It's like ladies are different from guys. That is one thing we have to know, because ladies have a nice way to influence the other lady. Mostly when they come to them crying, oh baby, why you crying? Calm down. Oh, I'm sorry. My guy is doing this. You should just walk out of that relationship at this point. But after that,
Is that how we talk?
no.
That's what we
Is
said?
that how we talk?
yeah,
Have you experienced that?
more a lot on
Am I
FaceTime.
tripping?
I would say it's just the women that like you deal with, and it's like in general. Like
No.
if you are dealing with someone who is emotionally mature, 9 times out of 10, she has emotionally mature friends. And women, I'm going to be honest with you, women hold other women accountable compared to when men hold men accountable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for
Man,
example,
yeah, 100%.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if I call my homegirl and I'm like, girl, I just cheated on my man, right? Never did, never will. But I'm like, she'll be like, oh my God. She'll be like,
Girl,
no,
you
listen,
did that.
listen. No, she will literally go to her friend and she said, you are foul for that. Like, again, because as women, we can relate to those emotions and we say, like, no, you were wrong for that, friend. Like, you need to go and tell your partner.
80%.
Absolutely.
80%
You
of the
are-
men.
no, it's
75.
80%.
No, and you
Some of them will be like, yeah, bitch, period.
No. And that just hold on. That just goes back to like you are.
Yes.
No.
They did it before.
No, I'll say this.
It goes back to you are who you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
I have like my circle, they are married, they have babies, and so I know when I'm involved with people that they're gonna give me emotional and sound advice. So you are who you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with that kind of city girl mentality, and your
That's all
homegirls
you're
are gonna say,
gonna get.
yeah, girl, run his
get.
pockets, yeah, that's right. But if I surround myself with emotionally intelligent women, as you were saying, they're gonna tell me like, you did what? And most likely cut me off because you don't want those type of women around.
Exactly.
If they can't be faithful to their man, how are they gonna be faithful to
to
you in
you.
your relationship?
Now
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
people do that, they be like,
y'all
"Oh, you're
never
weird."
seen a grandma saying, yeah, bitch, period.
I would say this though, when a man tells another man like, dog, I messed up. It's, oh, bro, she ain't gotta know. Just don't do it again, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
Don't do. It's like they
Yeah.
don't hold other men accountable. They'll go, oh my God. First they'll be nosy, ask why. What's
know how
going
to hide
on?
that.
And then their friends like, yo, man, I just made a mistake. I slipped up. Should I go tell her? Nah, bro, just keep it to yourself. Save your peace. That's it.
Just clean it up.
And the thing is, when you guys go outside with each other, you guys will watch your friend cheat. Not saying anything because you guys want to you just want to mind y'all's business, right?
Yeah.
Women, we're not like that. If I see my homegirl who's in a 4-year relationship talking to somebody else, now am I going to go up into that conversation and start screaming, don't you got a nigga? No.
That's forced.
No.
I'm going to
There's a way
actually,
to do it.
That's
I'm going
cap.
to pull her aside and I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, like what you
Come on.
doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Like
And you-
what happened
Get
to
it
between
together.
y'all? Like
what happened to
You
us?
got
You
men
know,
at
tell
the
him
house.
something.
Like,
We never embarrass your girlfriend and you pull it to the side. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Etiquette.
But it is the same girls that will introduce their friend to a different guy, even though they know their friend has a boyfriend.
No, I would say this. No, but I would say that's more mentor because it's like the 2-man mission. Like,
don't
oh,
ever
bro,
say that.
I got this girl. I need a dude to come with me. She got a friend. I know you got a girlfriend, but you ain't got to really talk to the girl for real. Just keep her company while I talk to some. Men do that all the time.
yes, y'all do.
That's true. I've been in that
Okay.
situation before.
That is you. That is you.
Exactly. I've been in a situation like that before, so.
But it's like sometimes I feel like ladies think they know guys a lot, but they do not know us.
Oh, of course.
Well,
I feel like you can't know the opposite sex,
I would
but you can know the
say,
tactics.
nah, ladies know a lot. I ain't gonna lie. They just don't talk.
They don't know guys.
No, ladies. Okay, are you saying it based on we just met, or are you saying it based on we 2 years into the relationship or 3 years?
Maybe 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Nah,
6
they
months is
don't.
fair.
They don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months they don't know
They
you.
do not.
But if it's 2 years or 3 years and they come around more, trust me.
And I think relationship is different from like being married, like an husband and wife too.
Yeah,
The guys are different.
because I don't know if you've been in this situation before, right?
No.
As a man, if you cheated,
Mm-hmm.
you can clean your house after the lady left, and you would check, have a whole touch light looking just to make sure everything is clean. But guess what? When your woman comes around, as soon as she opens the door, she gonna be like, "What's this?"
It smells like
that's
a-
women's
Yeah.
intuition. Women's intuition does not lie.
So I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if you 2 years, 1 year, they know,
I think that is them being observant, but it's not like they know
bro.
you.
Women
I'm
we can
talking
tell.
from experience. I was
okay.
really cleaning the whole like, I was blowing the room. I was doing that.
He said, "I've done this before."
No,
He said, "Get your notepads, write it down."
shit.
You
As soon as
disappointed,
she
right?
walked in, she was like, "Whose hair is this?"
Women's intuition. Don't lie.
Like, bro, I spent 2 hours cleaning, and you just walk in 5 minutes, and you just seen this.
Whose hair is
Are you
this?
serious?
Wait, hold on. Okay, so we do got a
We have
comment.
a question. I feel bad because they've been sitting here for a minute. It's from Kojo Stan. He said, "A woman's value to me is her ability to see and help nurture a vision or create one for the lifelong journey of building ahead."
Okay. So, ladies, what do you think? Again, even though I hate this question, what do you guys think that women bring to the table or should bring to the table?
They quiet.
I think stop. Okay. I had to think of the answer.
You had to
honestly,
think.
Honestly,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I've learned a lot and grown from, each relationship. And I feel like when you're mature, you start to see like, okay, as a person, you must first like build yourself before you come into a relationship. But for me particularly, I would say I'm a type of woman who like owns businesses, and I have that, like, I guess you say housewife. So like the cooking, the cleaning, whatever, that's all good. But I could say like I bring that to the table. Not only issue with that is like sometimes men don't pick up what you put down. So even though you have all this stuff going on,
So
not everybody like
you gotta
adheres
talk
to
to
that.
your man, or you
I'm
just
single.
leave.
I'm single.
You know? Oh, you single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Oh, wow.
I'll say this.
Another one for the book.
For me, I think when it comes to value, I think people are like puzzles in a sense. It's what you are looking for and what you are missing. In a relationship, you should be complementary to your partner.
Exactly.
What your partner is missing, you should kind of fill in. Like, for example, like for me in the type of relationship that I want, like, again, I am looking for someone to protect and to provide for me. But I'm also willing to be nurturing, being patient, being observant. Because again, a lot of men can simply say like, hey, I just feel like I can't talk to anybody. I can't be emotionally available, even with my homies, my people. That's where you have your partner for. That's someone who you can upload all the stress of being a man to, right? Again, I do believe that, like, for me personally, it's dependent on every woman and it's dependent on every man. Now, if there's a woman out there who says that I do want to work in my household, but also provide those things, she can go ahead. I just know personally for me, when it comes to like my household or any of my future relationships and my current relationships, I will say this. I want someone to provide and protect for me, and I'm willing to be nurturing, and I'm willing to respect and be patient to them.
Yeah, I think a
completely
big
agree.
thing too is support. Like you said, nurturing, patience, or support. I feel like when you read, a man, whether it's him writing a post for his girlfriend or wife, it's always, she's my backbone. And when I'm down, she's easily there to pick it back up. That kind of thing, basically.
I feel
That's really.
I love how you said compliment each other, because that's really important, like filling in those gaps. We do
So,
have a couple.
Is this what
comments.
you guys are bringing on the table?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. What
Yeah.
was the question again?
So y'all just answered your question.
She asked what we saw fit to bring, and
On
we
the
kind of
table.
shared that, and also kind of what we're expecting in return.
What
But we do
y'all
have
bring
a
on the
comment I
table?
want to read before
Yeah,
they sit
just
here
read
for
it.
like a couple years. But Bambini TV says, "I'm really enjoying the conversations. We appreciate it." And then we have another comment says, "I bring my brains because 2 brains are better than 1."
Yes.
Okay.
2 brains are better than 1. Go check that. The Ghanaian currency has like 6 brains on it.
Jesus.
But still $1 can 1 cities can beat $1, but it has 6 brains and 6 heads on it.
But we owe
So-
China $40 billion.
Come on.
But I will say this, like, so what are you trying to ask? Like,
Now just trying to make sure I'm on track, you know,
Oh, okay.
'cause y'all making sense a little bit.
oh, so we kind of turning you over.
Ladies, we did it.
Oh.
Ladies, we did it.
Yeah.
Y'all, we did it. We did
Somehow.
Stop it.
But I will say, so this is going to lead me to my next question. I know we've been talking more so in terms of
So the
marriage.
the guys didn't say nothing.
You just answered. I said, what are you guys looking for, like, in a woman?
Oh, and
What did
lie.
I say?
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm off track.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you what do you expect or seek from the woman to bring to
I think
the
you
table?
already talked
I
about this.
think I
right?
said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, no.
Oh,
Why y'all
Oh, you got
tripping?
more.
Okay. Well,
I should say it again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like real life, anything can happen, right?
mm.
Accident, you lost your job, they took you back home because you don't have your papers, you know. So yeah. So
That
as
is
a
so
man,
odd and random, bro.
deportation.
if stuff like this happen,
That is so
look,
random.
this is
probably more
this is
drama every
my this is my thing. This is my whole thing, right? What I really expect from a lady, I don't know about him, but for
Me
me,
personally.
is first know how to cook at least. Have something going on, even if you're working 35 hours a day. Not a day, my bad. 35 hours a week. You know, let me see like you bringing home something. I'm not asking you for money or not to pay no bills, you know, but just in case I go down, just in case we have 12 kids, 50 kids,
Okay.
and now I can't pay the bills.
That's a lot
I'm
of
just saying, you know, I'm just saying.
So wait, I'll say this though. So let's say, for example, the woman that you are with and you chose to marry, right? She's telling you like, hey babe, like, again, childcare and balancing out work is a little hard for me.
Come on.
I really want to stick to focusing on the
That's
kids'
why they have
development.
daycare.
Is it okay if I become a stay-at-home mom?
Look, when let's say we have a kid and from baby like 0 years old to like 6 is even too far because they'll start school at that time. So 0 to like, if you want to be home for 2 years, for a year, I don't mind taking care of their home and providing and everything. But at the end of the day, you have to have something going on.
So what do you mean? Like, does she need to have like a
You can't-
6-figure business?
You can't tell me, man, there's too many jobs out here. You could have a stay-home job, you know. At the end of the day, please, my man, don't go for any, I was about to say dumb girl, but sorry.
Oh.
There's no dumb bitches out here, you know.
And
So
you still
at
say-
least go for somebody that go for somebody that at least, because the way the world is going now, I know your pockets are crying right now. Please find somebody that can at least support you in a way when you go down. Because guess what? If you go down and she's not working or doing anything, what's gonna happen to the family?
Well, I would say this, like, for example, so like
Food
what
stamps.
what I'm saying is it's like I'll say this. So it's like, for example, like, let's say your wife is like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but just
For
say,
life?
Yes, but hold on, not like for life.
But
But
listen, but
I'll say this: most women, this is how I think. I'm gonna just use myself for an example. Like, I would prefer to be a stay-at-home mom until my kids are about 16, 17, because I just know for myself, I'm gonna be bored after they leave the house. Because really, once a kid is 16, 15, 17, it's like they're pretty much independent. But again, I just would like to focus on my child until up to that age for their development.
That is my question, though.
But I'm
So
wait, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
So after that, of course, I'm gonna have a college degree. I'm going to be able to be in the work field. So I know that after that age, I will continue to do something. And like, for example, God forbid, if my man decides to, something random happens to my man, I will still have my college degree. I would have everything in my back pocket. I'm not just gonna simply sit there and just say, oh, you don't got a job, you're going broke.
So it gets back to that's how come they have stay home jobs. Because guess what? When your child is like 3, 2, 1, they go to daycare.
Yeah.
But that's expensive though.
That's expensive.
Daycare is expensive.
Okay, so what time do kids start school? Like 4, 5? Yeah. Right? So around that age, are you trying to tell me when baby leaves to school around 7:36?
Of course, I will say this. I'm not putting my kids in daycare. Personally for me. But if a woman,
that's what I said. When
I would say school.
Starts,
So like, for example, there's things such as SAT, ACT prep.
Yeah.
I'm again, with my kids and the way I'm going to be functioning, they're going to have that generational wealth. They're going to be acting like them white children, getting tutoring, going and playing sports. Again, club season, off season, training. Again, it takes a lot for a child's development. I think that men kind of misconstrued the idea of, okay, just make sure the child isn't hurt. They don't harm themselves, change the diaper, send them to school, let them come back, and hopefully they're good. But it takes a lot more because, again, kids are sneaky.
Yeah, they are.
Now, if you're going to tell me that if we're both outside the house and something happens to our kid, let's say we got a 14-year-old, right? And again, like you said, the kid is fine by himself. He comes back from school after 3 p.m. We both get off at 5 p.m., right? That 2-hour gap, kids can do some stupid things.
No, but you home though. I know moms that are home and still shit happens to the kid. And I know some of my friends, they got so pissed. Like, I told you to be watching this kids. What would you like ladies, y'all be on the phone gossiping and why you pointing me?
I'll say this. Then it comes down to the job. Like, if you want that job, I'm not saying parenting is a job, but we're just going to use that subcontext. Yes. If you want to be a parent, you are not just going to sit on the phone and then my child is playing with a knife. That's not going to happen. So it's down to the woman that you decided to have a child with.
This can happen, right? What if you're going to use the restroom and your kid is like 10 years old?
I mean, again, I'm going to be honest with you, and TMI, most moms are very invasive with their kids. They leave that door open. They're going to be in the bathroom. They know their kids before even they pop out.
Okay, but still, stuff happens.
You're
in
there
the kitchen and you leave your kid in the living room to watch TV or something, and still shit happens, right?
I get that, but the thing is, it's the quickness in the response. For example, if we're both away and we're at work, that 2-hour gap period, we're still going off of that. And something like a TV falls on the kid, right? We walk into the house, we would have been saying we wish somebody was home.
How did the TV fall?
Okay.
Again,
so you see, at that point, you both the parents, y'all got to make sure the house is kid friendly.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
but kids can still find a way to hurt themselves.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that, but. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is, even if you're in the couch and they doing stuff right in front of you, something can still happen.
Oh, I agree with you.
I have a question for you though. So what kind of house are you trying to have with your family? An actual house. How big? How many rooms?
Man, it don't matter. Even if it's an apartment, you got to make it kids friendly. It is a question. Right?
You wait.
So, are you just asking me in general, my future house?
Yeah.
It depends on the money they got in your pocket.
So, yeah.
I would say, by God's grace, if he gives me the right and the path to do this, I would say I would like to live, again, this is too much information. I don't like saying too much about myself, but my dream state and my dream city is Seattle, Washington. Okay. I absolutely love the state of Washington.
Cost of living, right?
Yeah, I know. Of course, it's going to be high. I'm not.
All right. And what is your dream car?
My dream car? My dream car. So I have 2 cars. One is for luxury, but one is for, again, affordability. Okay. So one would most likely for luxury itself would probably be a Tesla. Or again, I love fast cars. So it'd be a Dodge Charger SRT, even though they stopped making it.
Okay, so I'm not asking too much questions, but let me get into this. So you want all these and you still want to be a parent as a job?
Yeah.
Let me get to this. This is why guys ask ladies, what do you bring on the table? Because the guy is going to provide all these, pay for all these bills. With this high rate of, what do you call it? The rate of the place that you live in. He's doing all these. So don't you think it's too much for him? Don't you think he's going to be drained?
I would understand. Again, everyone gets drained in whatever position that they have in life. Do you know how many women on this earth have said, and again, I know they haven't said this, but they've thought, dang, mothering sucks. Like this crap sucks. Like,
It's just like father. It's like, and let me add this to it. It's not just you. When the guy comes back home, he has to deal with it as well.
Of course, but you don't have to
be a father.
No, I get
so we're
that.
doing
but
whatever that you're doing
on the same
with
level
our job, on top of our bills, on top of ourselves, our personal interest, your interest, my children's interest, everything. So it's like, don't you think this will let the guy asking you, what do you bring on the table?
I will say
know,
this.
sorry.
No, just give me 1 second. I will say this though, with men, a lot of men, and I'm going to talk about from my own culture personally.
Okay.
I'm African, Ghanaian. A lot of Ghanaian fathers do not have a good relationship with their children. If you ask a lot of children, and Ghanaian children especially, can you describe your father? What does your father like? This and that. They will just simply tell you he's my father. I bring him food. I bring him water, and that's it.
No, that is
they don't
cap.
have a close relationship.
That
A
is
lot
cap.
of them don't. Again, I don't know your experience, but a lot of kids, Ghanaian children especially, can say out of their mouths they do not have a good relationship with their father.
It's because
they have more of a closer
I
relationship
think-
to their mothers than they do with their fathers.
And it is because they have the perspective of the Western side of the world. Because when you come to Africa, we are also different over there. I grew up in Africa, right? And fathers has their way of like showing their love to their kids or their children. But when you come here, it's different. You never see my dad giving me a kiss or something or hugging me.
I'm not saying that your father needs to come and kiss you on the cheek and put you in bed, but again, there's things and a responsibility as a father that is universal. It isn't even divided by culture. As a father, you are supposed to teach your children. They don't. A lot of them don't. A lot of them will just simply say, hey, I had a child by you. Go and go take care of the kid, make sure the kid isn't dead, make him a doctor, make him a lawyer, and let's see what happens. That is not like the actual facility of like what goes on.
I don't know what home you're talking from.
I'm not
ends
talking
up
about
happening-
a specific home, but I'm saying that is a lot of Ghanaian children's experience.
What ends up happening is the mom often becomes the default parents, and that happens a lot just because women are usually the stay at home, the caretakers. Like from birth, it's like, oh, the baby's born, the baby's crying. Okay, the woman goes up, changes the kid, and that happens, and it carries on through a lifetime, and that's why that's what she's trying to say. Like, women are often the default parent, and men are as prominent in their kids' lives.
No, y'all talking about there's a big difference if you are African, if you grew up in an African home from Africa, right? The whole thing, like me personally, I never seen daddy in the morning until like 9 p.m. And that was like a regular thing in every kid's home, But, and they don't play with you. They don't be like, hey, how was school? Da 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 da. But from my experience, I knew that. And thank God I'm in the US. And I've learned a lot over here too. So, like yesterday, I was playing with my daughter, and my sister was like, man, daddy never did this with us. So, to the ladies, if you're dating an African guy, it's not like he's too mean. It's just the upbringing wasn't so smooth, So there's a difference. Like, there's a real big difference, right?
Yeah.
So most of the time, like me, I be hearing people telling me, why you too mean? I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you how the fuck you look like.
Yeah, and the thing is, like what you're saying is like your upbringing definitely affected the way that you are going to communicate emotionally with a person.
Right.
But like, let alone a child, though. Again, if you know that, again, hey, I am not there quite yet to learn emotionally how to deal with a child, but a woman who has been raised to be more in tune with her emotions should probably take the lead on that. And I'm going to be directive and be somewhere that I can actually help her out where she's helping me out. I know that I am not emotionally available for my children. I want someone who is around my children. That's kind of where I bring like the ideas of complementing each other. People are puzzles with each other. If I'm missing something, but you can fill it, you're missing something, I'm gonna fill it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this though, that's really true. And one of the things from like real life experiences, like taking my daughter to the mall, you see most women looking at you like, how old is she? She's so pretty. And you get more like, you get more chance to talk to more ladies if you don't have like a real one, like a woman. It opens up for ladies to talk to you. Ladies love that when they see men like going out with their kids, doing stuff with their kid. I ain't gonna lie, it's like they really love it. But recently back home, I think thanks to social media, they doing a little bit good now with spending time with the kids and all that. I'll give them that. They doing really good.
Yeah, but I think
compared to like 205.
Back to what I was saying, it's not that they do not. They also have their way of doing it, right? So just like you said, you don't see your father in the morning, but in the evening.
Man, the only thing African parents like your dad will do is Christmas time buy you a shoe and don't even play with you.
But did you think of how your school fees is being paid, even though you don't see me in the morning? So he's just going to fetch whatever that you need, accommodation, then come back.
So look, what about the time? Some kids don't need that. They know as a kid, mommy and daddy needs to provide that. What about the time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is 9 p.m.
That's bare minimum.
That is time.
As a parent, you're supposed to take care of your kids. It's like, for example, if a kid is like, oh, why isn't mommy playing with me? But then mommy says, oh, am I not paying for your diapers? Go back to sleep. That, again, as a kid, you're not going to be wanting to be emotionally available to your parents.
And you grow up being wicked.
Exactly. I will also say this, for example, the older I get, guess who is the first person I run to, especially as an African? My mom. I don't pick up the phone to call dad. I call my mom because, again, that's who was raising me. That was helping shape me emotionally.
Like,
someone who I could run to.
Look, I might have carried my daddy sack, but still, bro, she done did some hard work doing that labor, and she's gonna always be that first person
one
to
more
go
thing
to.
too, like because of this, I feel like most African kids was gonna be great in life. They, because of how African parents be treating us, so all the talent is gone. They whoop that shit out of our ass.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your kids can be freely to open up and
That is
for
true.
you to see what kind of state they in. Like right now, I know my daughter, she likes to play with stuff and be like, Daddy, come, let's play. This is your food. I know my kid is growing, but a dad from Africa can't tell what kind of food the kid likes.
It's all books. It's all books.
Yeah.
Don't watch TV. Just go read. Yeah, it's all books like that.
And the reason why I kind of realized this, and this is just coming from a personal perspective, right? I was like, this was like right around school. And like my mom wasn't in the house at the time. And I just got an email from my university and they're like, hey, do you have like a hepatitis shot? And I'm like, and that's usually given to you when you're a baby, right? So, I go up to my dad, I was like, hey dad, do I got a hepatitis shot? He looks at me, he says, what is that? Right? I pick up my phone, I call my mom, I said, hey, like, do I have a hepatitis shot? Like, should I go to like the doctor and get one? She's like, hey, you already got it when you were born. The doctor administered your hepatitis, your something, this and this. Don't worry about it. I have the documentation. You can find it underneath the bed, under here. She was on it, right? Yeah. And my dad, he was like, you found it? I'm like, yes,
stuff like that. Stuff like that is vital.
What was it about?
Found is a checkup, bro.
Yeah, stuff like that can even be vital because I've seen this thing where, I don't know if it was like a kind of reality type of thing where this dad was trying to feed his kids a certain snack and the kid had to have been like maybe 3, 4 and he was just staring at his dad like, be so for real kind of thing. Like, and his dad's like, what? Take the snack and go, go do your thing. He's like, Dad, we're both allergic to it, remember? And the dad just stood there like, oh man. So it's just, so it can even be vital. Like if he would have given them the snack, next thing you know, your kids are on the floor Oh, I didn't know. What are you gonna tell? Yeah,
What you gonna tell
first
the
responders?
doctors?
Oh, the doctors. Oh, I didn't know my kid was allergic to this.
He's allergic.
That's your
like he's allergic.
Are
You
they
the
trying to
father.
say
You're
guys,
a father
men
that
are
needs to know
sometimes
everything
careless?
about your
I'm not
kid.
saying men. No.
It just goes back to that woman being the default parent.
need
I
to
call
know.
my mom right now. She's gonna know my blood type and everything. My daddy don't know that.
Then he'll look at you. I'll say this
Why should I keep all that?
again because
Both
it's your
parents
child.
should. Both parents should. It's vital.
But kind of getting back to the comments, we got a few comments.
We do. Kojo Stan again. He says, I guess this was on the topic when we were talking about
What you bring on the table?
households. He said cooperation, house chores and cooking should be something both must know how to do and in their single life before entering into a relationship. Love and respect and your ability to cooperate. That's it. I really like that response. Very mature.
Yeah.
He's very just trying to be nice.
You need a reward for that comment.
It's like,
That's all I
it's
gotta
like
say.
when I get home early before you, fine, I can do the cooking. You get me?
I don't know about that. We might have to
See,
I'm
I was
about to
like,
say,
stay out of my
I
kitchen.
don't know about that. Because some of y'all
Just
men
like
don't know what
you're
y'all
gonna eat
cooking.
too
Y'all
much
cook
stuff.
ramen noodles and hot dogs.
Say, leave the
That's
cooking
it.
to
Some
me.
ladies are
I got it.
trash. They don't know how to cook.
Ooh. From a man who can't cook, I think you should stay in the back.
Yeah, if I can't cook, I can't taste it. I can't eat.
He's a better judge than you.
Yeah,
This is
right.
why when you have a woman, they have to teach you how to cook. Because I'm not gonna lie,
Okay,
I have done that before.
so
Hey.
Y'all know how to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a chef. So
Excuse
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
You're a chef.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
don't
chef.
know how to cook.
Are you a chef?
Mom.
Yeah, I'm a chef. Yeah.
So check out her page
I
now.
talking about your
There's a
business.
basic-
Yeah.
You have to
life
learn.
skill.
You have to teach
Yeah,
other
she has
women.
a whole cooking business,
You have
right?
to learn when it comes to women. You have to learn from a
What
woman.
kind of food do you
Yeah.
cook though?
What kind of food do I cook?
Come on,
all
drop
kind
it,
of
sis.
food.
Come on, Miss Chef.
Ooh, I love to do breakfast, but I take like basic breakfast stuff and I turn it up. But I also do like ethnic foods. I can do like, soul food, home dishes,
You know how to make
pastas and
oxtail?
stuff like that. I know how to make oxtail.
African
Oxtail's
food.
good.
I'm gonna be at her
African
house.
food.
Shout out
I
your
never
business.
officially made- that's Chef Breeze on Instagram. BRIZ, yeah.
And kind of getting into like the discussions of cooking, household roles. I know we've been talking more in the terms of like focusing on marriage, children, but like let's like kind of divulge into like just being in a simple like dating, talking, right? This kind of like, I don't know why, but if y'all have been on Twitter and if you saw that boy's thread about how he slowly falls out of love with his girlfriend and he does different tactics for his girlfriend to break up with him because he just does not like his girlfriend, it kind of plays into that. So like, I know there's responsibilities that you guys expect from a woman as your wife, but what
Yes.
responsibilities do you expect from a girlfriend?
Nothing.
Of course,
Are you sure about that?
That's like nothing at all.
Yeah,
You don't
nothing.
expect anything from a girlman.
What? I'm not entitled
man,
to you.
we already don't know about you.
Nah,
So, like,
nothing.
Nothing like no
You don't want
loyalty,
nothing.
like nothing like to be emotionally there.
You don't owe me nothing. I don't owe you nothing.
Oh, okay. Now I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But it's like things that you would
No
want.
promise ring, no engagement.
I know where he's
It's
coming
nothing.
from. So he can get the freedom to do
We
whatever
just
he
being
wants.
respectful to
Yeah.
each other. That's it.
Damn.
What is that? So what do you define as a relationship? Like before
Relationship.
marriage?
We just trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Do you want me to really say? Nah.
Yeah,
Make a
Ah.
list.
Go ahead.
Like, be realistic.
To me, yeah, nothing. Cause man,
So you
I
don't
don't
date.
owe you nothing. You don't owe me nothing. That's
So it
it.
shouldn't be a stress for you to do whatever you want to do.
What?
Right?
So, what is you, a city boy or something? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
So what's the difference between like
What's the difference
talking
between
and then
nothing?
actually being in a relationship?
Okay,
Because
hold on.
I think
Hold on,
talking
hold
could.
on.
I think
If you're
I
in a
think people do
relationship,
talking stages wrong.
What do you expect? I'm trying to ask y'all. What do you expect?
Well, I'm
from
gonna
me?
answer you. So I mentioned talking stages earlier. I feel like people do talking stages wrong. Talking stages are made to like sit down, vibe with the person. I feel like when you're talking to someone though, you're temporarily off the market because how can you figure out if you want to commit to someone and date them if you're over here messing with a bunch of people or you're not showing them any form of like exclusivity or loyalty? I feel like talking stages is about you and the person you're getting to know, sitting down, vibing, discovering each other, figuring out who brings what to the table, and then you like that person, you go, okay, I want to commit to them. Boom, now you're dating. But people with talking stages, they just be like, oh, I'm talking to this person. They be talking to multiple people, and then wonder why these talking stages don't work. It's because you're not being exclusive at all. It's because you're not actually taking the time to build and learn that person. So you don't know if you want to be with them.
I agree, but I disagree a little bit.
Okay.
I'll say I definitely get you with the talking stage, getting to know someone before you really like commit to them. I'll say this. It's like, personally for me, I do not talk to a dude for more than 3 months. If you have talked to me for 3 months and you still have not decided if I'm your girlfriend or not, it's clearly I'm going to, make that decision for you and leave. But I will say this, in terms of talking stage, you can get to know the person, but you should also, I'm a big person in diversification, right? Get to know the person, but you should be able to get to know other people. But if you guys,
Can I come in a little bit?
Okay, let me just finish my statement. But if the talking stage gets into a little deeper where it's like, dang, like I actually want to focus on
Then you
this,
should lock it down.
I'm going to say, hey, we're done. Let me make my final decision with you, But I do believe that sometimes, I'll say this with young girls, we put so many, like too much of our eggs in one basket and we end up hurt. Like men, for example, they date multiple people. They'll talk to multiple people, but it's like women, we should do the same. We should have the same freedom. Talk to multiple people and get to know that person.
Ladies,
Well, what do you mean like not
What do you mean
safe?
say?
What if you get into two people? How are you gonna choose it?
Well, I would just simply say it's like just kind of depending on who. Like I feel like women, we know exactly what is good for us versus what we want.
Really?
Most of the time, women, sometimes we just simply say what I want. But if, again, you're dealing with someone who's mature, she knows who she needs. It's the same way that men can deal with 18 different women, but still, if you ask him who does he want to marry, he knows the exact one he wants one.
Yeah.
Same thing with women.
Oh, really?
That one is natural.
Okay. So now my question is to you. You say 3 months. What if you still haven't? You playing hard to get, like in terms
To figure things out.
I should play hard to get. She's trying to commit.
If it's been more than 3 months,
in terms of going to the room and doing
if it's been more than 3 months,
I'll say this, like personally, like if a dude is trying to get me to sleep with him, and if I don't sleep with him, and that's a determining factor of whether or not you want me to be your girlfriend, then you just miss your beat and go on.
The only thing I'm gonna say is like 90% of these guys out here wants to do it before they.
Yeah, of course they want to test the water.
Okay, back to you again. What if you wait 3 months, 6 months, and then you go and it's like,
it's not good?
What you gonna do?
I'll leave.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm not gonna say this because no, I'm not gonna say like, for example, if the intimacy, because intimacy is very important in a relationship. Now, for example, I'm of course again, hi mom, hi auntie, you're probably watching this, but what I will say is it's like, of course, the first time is always awkward. Like you're literally getting next to a person. It's like the first time with a person.
You sure?
Especially if you've known them for so long and we've waited to this point, we're both anxious about it.
Not with my experience.
I know that kind of people you have in that first time.
But I will say this, like
you see, when a professional meets a professional, it's oh my god, that feeling alone.
I will say this. As a woman, like I'll be patient with a guy. So if the first time doesn't go right, the second time, the third time, I'm leaving. Because again, it's like an intimacy. Something is conflicting with both of us where it's not enjoyable.
That's what I'm saying. What if the guy is
I think she has a lot going on. I think he has a lot in mind.
What if the guy is so
MG,
nice,
you have a lot in mind.
Everything you expect, but just that in the bedroom, he can't.
Yeah, of course, then we can compromise. If he does everything perfect.
This is good. I like this. I'm sorry. We got a comment from Kodro. He's over here on Instagram. He said, talking with intent to date. Without intent, we just playing. Exactly. Wasting people's time gives me the biggest ick from both parties. You get me sick.
It's like
that. Like, just wasting people's time. That's
I hate that.
Why do y'all like to like? I don't
that's
know. If you try to like sit here and try to make a chance with somebody and then you waste your time, that's like wasting your money or wasting your time. You're wasting your life. You're just wasting everything that you had that you could have just worked out with somebody else.
Forget what do we bring to the table, because you're gonna figure it out as you're talking. it's what do you want from me for real? Because people do sit there and they'll play with you and you'll be like, hold on, we talking, we vibing. It's almost like you dated. Then you go like, what do you want? And they're like, oh, I'm just chilling. I hate that. I'm just chilling. What you mean? You just chilling?
That's a red flag.
Get off my line.
What you want? Like, what we finna do? What you want? I'm just
or immediately
chilling.
going to that. It's like, if you want to hook up, say that. Don't sit here and invest in someone months, give them flowers like that. That mind manipulation that comes from both parties, not just men. I'm saying that for women too.
I agree. I would say again, like just talking to your partner, being upfront, telling the people what your intentions are. Now, for example, if I'm talking to a dude who is hitting almost every checkbox, it's just he's not good in bed, then of course I will talk to him like, okay, hey, there's something that's clearly not working for both of us. And that's when I can just talk to my partner, because I'm a very direct person. And I'm just like, again, I don't.
What if they tell you the same when it comes to bad stuff? They tell you, they tell you something crazy. What
like,
you gonna do?
I'll say this, because there's a difference between being direct about what you want, but also disrespecting your partner. Now, it's like, for example, again, I know this is PG, but it's like, for example, if my partner is like, hey, like, can we try these new tricks in bed? I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Now it's different for me to say, come to my partner and I'm like, hey, can we try this? And then I pull up a video of another man doing that action to another person.
Oh.
That's when,
I'm not even talking about the styles. I'm talking about the size.
The size. I would say,
next. We got some good comments. Let's change the topic. Yes. Wow. Let's change the topic. That's nice. Enoch says, is it advisable to spend on a girl you talking to? I like that. Bring up that tweet. The Shade Room said something yesterday. It said, man, is $150 enough for a date?
Yes.
And we went on this whole tangent back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, like it depends on what you're doing, but you can spend $150, nice set of flowers. You could do an activity, you could do dinner, and that's all under $150. But when I'm talking to someone, I don't expect them to drop a bag. It's more about the quality time for me than it is what you're spending. Now, that I'm not saying don't take me out to dinner, but I think men kind of come in with the assumption that like I gotta spend a bag on her, or she wants this, or she wants that. It's like, no, flowers don't cost that much. Exactly. Massages don't cost that much. You know, like cooking dinners together don't cost that much. So it's like, it's more quality time. And I think men should kind of veer away from just thinking like women just want money, women just want this, women just want a Birkin bag. It's like, that's a lot of social media that's pushing that. But really, when you sit down and talk to women, you don't generalize, you'll find out a lot of women just want affection and attention. They want you to try.
Because it's like nowadays.
Wait. But that's the thing is, I feel like social media, like you a lot of men say like you don't show that. This is not what you want. But again, people got to remember, social media is a facade. Everybody and their mama is lying.
But listen, but social media also, it's like a show. If you think about it, whatever you see on TV is not always 100% real. Whatever you see on the social media, it's not going to always be real. So that is about that $150. But me personally, you ain't got to spend a dime on me all the time. You could do actually free activities. You could go to a park. We could go to painting. If you have like canvases and stuff at home, like I have stuff like that. Wait.
I don't know why they say that.
Wait, listen.
You go ahead.
Listen, because nowadays, back in like a couple years ago, when Birkin bags started being a thing, I want a Birkin bag. Oh, I want a Versace. I want Gucci. I want Louis. I want all this. No, me personally, I don't even like all of that stuff, honestly.
And there's nothing.
I'm very much of like gym shoes and slides, Crocs. I might wear some heels from time to time, but I go give me some like $20 heels.
You're gonna
need crazy $100. Look at my Twitter. It literally says, and I quote, "I don't want a Birkin bag. I just want some flowers." Think about it. It all goes back to love languages. If you're talking to a girl whose bottom love language is gift giving, and her top language is quality time, even if like spoiling her is cool, but it's like if her love language is quality time, she's gonna want more affection. A massage and some flowers might make the difference between you just getting her some earrings. She's like, I don't care about that. Like me personally, I'm the type of person who gets uncomfortable. I don't like asking for stuff. I don't ask for too much. I'm more so like quality time and stuff like that. And I am a giver myself. That's what it says. So go back to who you're talking to in their love language. Because you go in with the assumption that all women are kind of like gold diggers or materialistic. You're gonna keep hitting a wall and you're gonna keep basing stuff off social media. It goes back to who are you following. If you're following these girls that are like, oh, I just want a Birkin bag, and they're like ratchet and they like really city girl mentality versus the woman you claim to want, like the ones that are gonna be the wives, then you're gonna see the difference.
Okay, so I'm saying this. Okay, your love language is flowers and quality time. But let's say your guy just sees some nice diamond rings or diamond earrings and he buys it for you. That does not mean you can appreciate him, because guys sometimes go through a lot to get you things like a gift, you know? They spend a lot thinking that, no, my girlfriend is gonna like this. This is a new iPhone 15. Maybe your love language is flowers, but now the guy has it in his hands. Appreciate him. Let him know what he did was a good work.
Yeah, we're not saying that. We're not saying it's not appreciated. We're just saying we don't expect to like get a band a week. You know what I'm saying? It's not always a thing.
I'm not done yet. Okay. But they will be like, oh, that was nice, that was cute. But after the breakup, that is where you get to know you the guy, you did nothing. Like, oh, you could even take me out. You could even buy me flowers. But then the lady is forgetting that you bought that same lady the iPhone 15.
I would
say you gotta know who you're dating and what they want.
I would say it's maturity. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It is
like you actually appreciate it like when you guys have it at the moment. But when there is a gap between it, then you come back blaming us for not giving you the flowers. But even though, remember, we gave you something that was bigger than the flowers.
Okay. Let me put it like this.
So you don't give us credit for the things that we give you over time.
Let's say you're a Cincinnati Bengal fan. Okay.
Yeah.
And I take you to a Steelers game. You want to be appreciative, but it's like, it's not really what was wanted. It's so much easier if you just listen to women and what they want to get them what they want. You just spent how much on whatever, how much on some earrings, thinking she oppressed. It's a male's ego, like, okay, I'm gonna get my girl the best this, the best that, these diamond rings, this purse to impress other people. And she's just saying, babe, can we just go to dinner? So it's not necessarily like not being grateful. It's just so like, you gotta listen to your partner. You know, those things are appreciated, but like know what they want.
Okay, so this is one thing that also makes guys get tired, and then they start to desert some ladies.
Okay. Look, the thing
you let me finish.
The comments exploded. They like this topic.
Because wait, if I buy you this expensive bag, and all the reason you could give to me is that I didn't listen to you, maybe I don't know. Have you even tried to like teach me? Let me know what.
Yeah, but it's different though.
Wait, I'm not done. You let me finish. Back to this. Wait, I'm not done. Sorry about that. Like, born raised Ghanaian, born raised African guys are different from born raised American guys, right?
I can see that.
When you are born and raised in America, you know a lot about relationship. You know much more when it comes to body language and stuff like that. But when you're coming from the African perspective, it's so hard. You have to learn it. So have you even tried to teach the guy? Now, it's not long ago when I realized that there's something called love language. Yes, I'm being honest. It's not long ago that I figured that out. But I thought I was so quiet and calm and kind. Then I was like, oh, I was lost. I was somewhere else. But maybe I'll try to be nice, even though I don't know your body language, I don't know anything, but I'm trying to be nice to give you that tea bag or give you whatever. But you like, no, just take me to dinner. Have you even tried to tell me something?
I was thinking along the lines of what some women are saying is that some of them don't get anything in general. So they'll see maybe someone post like, oh, my man gave me an iPhone 15. Then they'll quote it, oh, all I want is just, man, I can't even get flowers, or all I want is flowers. I think that's what we were trying to get at in a sense. Not like, oh, I get an iPhone 15, you didn't give me flowers.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I definitely
what I mean?
I definitely agree with you.
I know exactly what I'm saying, because me, I like sneakers, right? I like
from life experience.
I know the comments is flooded.
Me, I love sneakers, right? And I love to see my girlfriend dressed like nicely in a nice sneaker, like nice Jordans, nice, you know. So if I go on Goat or Foot Locker or whatever, and I see nice female sneakers, like, no, let me buy this for this girl. I'll shop it for you. But this same lady one time will come like, you never took me out for dinner.
Okay, I will say this. Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. Okay.
Like, do you guys understand me?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get you.
It's like I'm trying. I'm trying to be there for you, right? But wait, I'm trying. I'm giving whatever that I know. In my
We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation with your ex, and she didn't appreciate you.
No, not that. Wait, come on.
But y'all, he was dead. He was dead. He's like, bro, I'm trying.
Sneakers, and you talk about
dinner.
What is
Take your shoes. We're gonna dinner after.
Yeah, like, do you guys understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, we get where you're coming from.
Because the knowledge is limited. I'll let you come. No, I'll let you come.
to the comments?
The knowledge is limited, but I'm still trying to do something. But you can't see that effort, right? No. You can't see that effort.
Look, at the end of the day,
Please let Beverly talk, please. I beg.
No, hold on. I'll be real quick. At the end of the day, know the person you're dealing with.
Exactly.
You know, so you know who you're doing whatever with.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is my next thing. Like, any lady want, if I take you to Popeyes and you know my pocket, you're gonna appreciate it, right? No. I'm just saying. Like, we going on the dinner and I take you to Popeyes. Like, we sit down. At least I'm doing something. You know, okay, my man don't make enough, but at least he's trying, right?
We appreciate
You gonna be happy,
that is
right?
what I expect them to know.
Not compared to me. Not compared to like me taking you to Ruth Chris.
That's okay.
You know,
That's an act of service.
You know,
you trying.
Y'all gonna be more hyper than me taking you.
That
to
is what they
Popeyes.
say.
So
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay to be cheap.
Or affordable, like go back to what we were saying, that 150 thing. Not every date has to be lavish, you know, like and budget. You know, it's not, like I said, it goes back to the quality time.
No, this is what I'm
Quality.
saying. I understand what you're saying, but comparing those two, you're gonna be more happier than me taking you to
Exactly.
I mean, it depends on what I'm in the mood to eat.
Girl, you're gonna be posting like, girl, look at my food.
Okay.
I went with my little
Beverly, you can talk now.
Okay.
But I love this comment real quick because it's on topic. Kojo in the comments, he says, "Men, this is for y'all.
Okay.
Man,
Listen
stop
up,
saying man like
men.
Kojo, be careful.
Please spend on a lady in the things you enjoy, so it'd be easy to do in the relationship. You
Please.
don't want to start
Please.
something
Wait.
you'll be inconsistent in."
Nah.
I agree with that comment.
Nah,
That's
spend-
what I was
no.
about to say.
No,
Hold on.
repeat that.
No, I would say,
said-
repeat it.
Men,
Whatever. he
please
says.
spend on a lady in the things you enjoy, so it'd be easy to do in the relationship. You don't want to start something you'll be inconsistent in.
That's kind of what I was trying to
That's
say.
some bullshit.
I actually agree.
Oh my
because I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why you beefing with Kojo?
Why
you so negative?
Wait.
Why you beefing with Kojo?
Wait,
I'm not beefing, but I'm just saying.
Every comment he's made, you have something to say.
You always got something to say.
Nah.
We're gonna get
What's
Kojo
up?
on this
What's
podcast.
I'll say this.
Well, no. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Look,
He just said he can't cook.
Okay, please.
look. The reason why I'm saying this is spend, and you run out of cash.
Yeah.
I will say this.
She will leave.
It's not always about spending.
Wow.
She will leave.
With
Yes.
women and what we don't want.
It's not always about
Women
spending.
is not always about spending.
It's not always about spending.
I know so many rich people,
Beverly, sorry.
wives that are fucking like, my bad, that are messing with like crackhead niggas.
And
you know,
that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, for people who say, like, when you brought up like the Popeye situation and versus me taking you to a nicer restaurant, that's where I kind of come into me personally. I like to date someone who's on the same level as me. Now, I don't see anyone beneath me or above me in a sense, but I want to see someone who's kind of on the same track or
This is
similar
coming
to
from
me.
a girl's perspective.
And yeah, this is coming from a girl's perspective.
Wow.
But I'll say this, like, for example, I have a job, I'm in school, but I have enough money in the bank account to make sure I'm okay. Do you have the same thing going on?
No.
And that's fair.
And the thing is,
That's honest.
and if the dude that I'm talking to says like, hey, I don't have everything together, you know, I got 3 bills going here, my credit is terrible, I'm a good person. I'm not, again, there are people out there who would take advantage of people and be like, I know you are not financially okay. I'm going to make you worse. I'm the firm type of believer. If a man is telling me, hey, I'm financially broke right now, but I want to date you, I'm going to be very honest and I'm going to tell him, you have no business dating. If you are not financially secure, focus on your money before you focus on a woman. And that's like the type of event.
So dating
So
is
that
about
goes
money.
back- poor man, no girlfriend.
No, I'm not saying that.
No,
This is what I'm trying to say. Wait.
Hold on, let her talk
Wait.
quick, and then
So
Poor-
what
poor
I'm
man,
saying,
no
gonna come
girlfriend.
together.
when I'm saying this,
No.
so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying if you're in poverty you shouldn't find love. But what I
fries. This one.
Well, what I'm trying to say is it's more so you should be able to take care of yourself before you're even thinking about investing in another relationship.
He's
Invest
no
in
homeless.
yourself.
He
They
just
should
don't have
be
money. He's
investing.
not
it goes
homeless.
back to
So-
having yourself together before
So if
relationship.
flowers, like for example, flowers at Walmart is $6. Flowers at Costco is $20. The reason why I know this is because I buy myself flowers every week.
You buy yourself?
I'll buy myself, or my boyfriend, he'll send me flowers. He knows the type of person I am. I love
Is
flowers.
he African?
Then go get a garden for your house.
He doesn't
My-
have to be African.
my-
No.
No,
My-
I just asked
know.
because I know African men are not into flowers.
She said
yes.
she wanted to be private, so
Yes.
let's
Yeah,
let her
right.
keep that
Bye.
private.
Yeah, because
private.
all our lifetime we live in the forest. You expect us to bring you?
But you know, my man, he'll do that. But like before I met my like boyfriend, right? would buy myself flowers. And guess what? It never broke my pocket because I know where I'm at. And when I met someone who was also in a similar pace of me, flowers, $6 flowers, $20 flowers, they don't break his pocket. He continued to give it to me because he knows the things that I like. And going off of this guy's comment, again, ladies, if you are dating, this is my advice. Again, this is why we have the talking stage to get to know both parties.
How much money he has?
No. So exactly.
Wait, I
So
wanna
ladies,
listen to her.
ladies, if you are talking to a guy, for example, and let's say he's really into games and he's really into shoes, right? You know these things, right? You catch up on him. Okay, you know what? He likes these types of shoes, right? If he really likes you, because again, if you really like someone and you really love, this is anyone in general, you want to spread whatever you're good at and bring them into it. So for example, I love cooking. Cooking is like a stress reliever to me. And I cook for anyone that I love. And at some point, if I like him, and you know, if I'm talking to a guy at some point, he may get a plate. You know, if I'm feeling good, like, hey, come over for a plate. I want to drop something off to you. It's the same way if a guy is telling me all he talks about is sports or all he talks about is shoes. If he hasn't invited you to a basketball game or he hasn't said like, hey, you know, I got like these cool pairs like of shoes. Do you want some? Like trying to engage you into their activity to kind of let you know like, hey, I want you to be involved in something that I like. Or even it doesn't have to be money, but introducing you to his favorite show. Or if like, hey, I'm into anime, like you should watch this, right? Again, it's definitely a guy. Men love spreading whatever they're doing. So if you're talking to a guy, he hasn't offered you something similar to what he likes or anything related to it, he does not like you, nor does he want to provide that for you.
Okay, wait. Beth, okay, I don't think that's true because I do music, right? But I'll never shoot a music video with my girlfriend.
But you would make a song
my
about
wife.
her. Would you make a song about her?
I would not. Maybe when we broke up, then
Okay, Taylor Swift.
then when I get into my feelings or something, then I'll just do something. But I'll never put you in my video shoot.
But what about a lyric? Like you wouldn't shout your girlfriend out in a lyric.
How to do what?
Dirk did it.
Some people are private.
Dirk do it all
some
the
people
time.
want to
You
be
know,
private.
like, how many
And you know, like
songs
for
he
example,
has?
even she likes shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a girlfriend, you would buy her a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Because you're engaging her into
Yeah,
something
but
that you like.
I'm just trying to tell you, it's not everything that guys can introduce you to. Because some things that we do is dangerous to go with your girlfriend. Just like shooting a music video with your girlfriend.
That's not your girlfriend.
That is tough.
I
Oh, okay,
disagree.
she's not gonna be in it, but she's gonna be at the back, like watching you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's still
Okay.
that's engaging though. You're bringing her to the music shoot. You're inviting her when you're
Okay.
at the studio writing lyrics. She's on the couch listening to it. You're
I'll
asking her,
take inspiration
hey,
You hear what
from
she's
her.
saying now?
Yeah.
Exactly.
so
But-
it's like engaging your partners
Nah,
into
but
the
once
activities
again,
that you
like,
like.
Playing soccer, we wake up like 6 a.m. And
You'll
you know,
be
ladies,
sleeping.
y'all love to sleep. I can't wake
You
up.
all allowed to sleep.
Yeah, y'all love to sleep.
I'll say this, like for example, in college, I was talking to a basketball boy, right? And he took me to the court. And
Around what time?
okay, we're not gonna talk about that. I was a college student. I'm tired.
Brought it up.
I couldn't wake up at 6 a.m. But you know, he took me to the basketball court and we had a good time. Like again, if you know me, my limbs don't work in any sport. But he was patient with me. He was like, okay, this is how you dribble the ball. This is how you make a 3-point. And, he was teaching me things and we were engaging in each other's activities. Right. Like, for example, most of the guys that I've talked to, again, I'm not trying to put nobody out, but I love makeup. I love books, everything, like all that type of stuff. And, most of the guys that I've talked to, I've had a book that we've read together or a book club that we do. Or I personally, I put makeup on the guys that I've liked.
Fast page, 2 lines, I'm out.
Oh my God.
But again, it's like both parties putting into an effort. Like,
Exactly.
Again, like if you know that I'm the type of person who likes roses, it's okay to get me roses. If I know you're the type of person, like you go crazy anytime, like, for example, a new shoe drops or something, I'll keep that in the back of my mind for you. Again, it's like focusing on what your partner does. So it's like, like what you said, like if you know your girlfriend wants an iPhone, right? We'll just say that, but you get her flowers. She'll say like, hey babe, I really need it. She won't go to you and say, I don't like this, take it back.
Some do.
I would say some do, but if you're dating someone who actually likes you, they will never do that to you. They'll keep quiet and they'll just simply say, thank you, babe, I really do appreciate it.
Just a little few.
And you'll walk away, right?
Go about your day.
But if you actually listen to her, you could have saved money and you could have saved your time by simply just going to get her flowers. Maybe do it once a week, once a month, whatever you or her want to do. You've saved so much peace.
With what you're saying, if it's really happening in real life, I think most of this relationship issues will be less, but we're not doing it. So
it's because I feel like it's honestly like a maturity thing though. I think both sides, both parties, both men and women, some of them are just not emotionally mature.
You should have time for your partner.
I have something to say. Like you were asking about what do we expect from a lady when we get into a relationship? Me, I don't expect too much from you. But it's like, I kind of feel like I have my interest, you have your interest. We both two different people. So we get into a relationship. I don't expect you to jump on whatever that I like at the moment. Yeah. You feel me? So I do understand you, and it's so easy for me to like stay low a little bit to understand you and get to you on the same page. But I feel like it's sometimes so hard for people to get it. It's gonna take time. Yeah. It'll get to a time where I will know you more, you will know me more, but maybe not 6 months, maybe not 1 year. But it's so hard for them to, know it, but they just go. And I've been with you for 3 months, you can't even do this, you can't even do this. No, that is not how it works. I am a whole different person, you're a whole different person. We just met to be together. So you be yourself, I'll be myself, then we figure ourselves out. Yeah. So that is one thing that we have to also put in mind, that when you meet somebody, don't think that you're going to just be like, hey, do this for me. No.
Yeah, of course.
They also have their interest.
Yeah, of course. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying you should forget your own interest, but you should come together with your partner to find a shared interest. I know. So it's like, for example, like I really do love to read, right? Mm-hmm. But if I'm talking to a guy, let's say like, we're going to talk about the Ghanaian guys, a guy who's bred from Africa, right?
Not Ghanaian, maybe Nigerian.
No, I would never date a Nigerian. Okay. No. I would say if I'm talking to a Ghanaian man, right, and his native tongue isn't English, I'm not going to ask you to read books that are like too complicated, right? I'm not going to say like, okay, let's go read Moby Dick and let's talk about it in 2 weeks, finish the book and let's come together, right? No, because I know you as my partner. I know what you like to do. I'm going to slowly introduce you to my hobby. I'll give you a smaller book. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll slowly introduce like a person into my hobby. Like one of my favorite books, and it's a really easy read, is 1984 by George Orwell. It's a great book.
Easy.
No, I know it's not. No,
if you care, it is.
It is. Like, again, I've given it to people who come straight from Ghana. Again, don't really know. They're not really that, into like English literature, like American English literature, compared to like the ones that are taught in school. Right. So it's like, again, they loved it. Even like I have my nieces and nephews who, when they first came to the country, they were forced to read books like Animal Farm or again, 1984, and they read it through. So again, like understanding my partner's boundaries, but still kind of urging them to, of course, go and do it. Like, for example, if I'm dating a guy who loves to surf, I don't know how to swim. So, of course, he's not going to take me to the ocean and say, get on the board and let's go. At first, he's going to take me to the pool, put me in the kiddie pool.
I have advice for my guys. You finish talking.
Okay. And it's like, the hot tub, he's going to slowly introduce me because, again, if you care about someone, you want to introduce them to your own hobbies and activities, but you also respect their boundaries.
Exactly.
Okay,
And
but-
Silas,
yeah,
we're gonna
wait, hold
comment
on.
real fast because he's been waiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Silas says, I am so much interested in the conversation right now, and I'm watching all the way from Ghana. Okay. Ladies are unpredictable, and the best thing as a guy is to understand them at all times. And he also said, relationship is all about risk for both. It's either you lose or gain.
Okay. Now back to what I was saying. My advice to my Ghanaian guys, please, I beg, if you come to the US and your American girlfriend gives you a book to read, don't read.
Oh my God.
They're just gonna take a picture, a video of you pronouncing words wrongly. Send it to their relatives. Be like, you can't even say observation. honey, it's observation, not observation. And they're just gonna post it on their story everywhere to let you know that my boyfriend cannot read. So please,
That's messed up.
No one is going to do
Man, we're gonna break up after that.
yo, my Ghanaian guys, please beware.
Was it
Some ladies
Lori
are
Harvey?
cobras.
Oh, and she's like, what's Nash? Yeah. She said, what's Nash?
Wait, who said that?
Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey. She was like, no, because I know you're gonna post it. He said, say it again. She said, what's Nash?
And I think, like, for example, it's like there's a difference between, you know, of course, making fun of your partner and laughing about it versus demeaning your partner.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, like, for example, I'm a person who dates someone who doesn't always speak the same language as me.
So you
it's
can laugh at him?
No, because it's like we both get to exchange our languages to each other.
But
And it's
I
so
think
funny.
you speak English, right?
Yeah,
What
like my
other
boyfriend
language do you
speaks English and then he speaks another language as well.
So he's exchanging the other language. What are you exchanging with him?
You know, I'm exchanging my own language. You know.
Oh, okay. But like honestly, it's fun, you know, because it's also a kind of way that you can play with your girlfriend or something, you know, because you know there's a little thing that in you that makes them happy as well. Be like, babe, can you say this word for me? She knows that you can pronounce that word right, but she's just trying to make fun, you know, be happy at the moment. So it is also a way that you entertain them too. So it's not that bad. I will let you repeat though. If you try to let me read English, then you have to repeat.
And it'll be cute. You'll get to like.
It is always fun, but please don't post it on your story. I beg.
Real fast, guys, we're gonna read this comment. We're gonna all say bye to Kojo. He says, y'all are having a much needed conversation and respectful of each other. I'm proud of you, brothers and sisters, and the Wyattsdot crew. Signing off. So thanks for
Bless
tuning
up.
in, Kojo.
But yeah, I feel like
Looking at me like I got
You had beef with the man half the podcast. You was beefing with every comment he made. You was digging at him. He's gone now. Say
yeah,
bye.
man. Thanks for coming around, man.
All right, now, don't let him come back in here. You start talking about him now.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
so. My next question, kind of leading off to like, kind of like bouncing off what we've been talking about in exchange to like the 150 is 150 too much of like too expensive. I want to ask each person on this podcast, what's the most expensive thing that you have bought your partner?
Mine is personal. Ooh. I don't want my African guys to see me differently. So mine,
You gotta say it. You gotta say it. What
no,
did you get somebody?
I can't share. I beg. No.
Oh my God.
No, I can't share.
Oh my God.
It's
Okay.
personal.
So who wants to go first?
Keep somebody else
Ladies
go. I don't know.
first.
Let's start at the end with my
Ladies
Cameroonian
first.
queen.
Yeah, let's. You've been quiet, girl. You've been quiet.
Most expensive thing.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't.
The way she's talking. seems-
I'll
The way she
start.
did this.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
I'll start. Nope, I'll start. I think the most expensive thing I had did or buy was a Christmas gift. I literally brought him matching forces and matching shirts and shoes. And
It wasn't one. It was more.
it was more. Y'all we had I seen this Tupac shirt and I love Tupac. He's gonna always be my favorite.
The dead
And-
one or the.
Hey.
It's just a question.
Stop respecting my man.
Okay. The dead
But
Tupac.
hey, can I cook?
Okay. Keep cooking.
Okay. And
I had bought him like games and stuff like that. Like I bought him that new 2K. That when it started to come around, I bought him that new 2K.
Okay.
I bought him a matching necklace. Like I was like buying him a lot of things. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't buy like at least $300 off of that, and received really barely nothing. So
That's nice.
What you mean that's nice? Why you asking?
nice.
You're so antagonistic.
Yo, he only spent like $60 on me, and probably the most expensive thing that he bought was some forces.
Oh.
That was the only money
So-
he had.
What do you
No, it was not.
Yeah.
No,
you
it
know
was
him?
not.
You see?
You were kind of his
That
buddy.
goes back to the questions we was talking about. You see?
Again.
No, I don't know this guy.
What started the question?
I don't know this guy.
So now whatever that I said
Can I
was
ask you a
true.
question?
Yeah.
What's up?
So did
Y'all don't
you
appreciate
ever
little
see
stuff.
him spend more money on another person besides you?
Yeah.
Who? His friends, right?
It's not even friends.
Look,
Avoid mission.
No, but the thing is,
Avoid.
the reason why I asked her is that because men are only going to spend money on people that they care about. Now, if a man is only telling you, hey, my limit with you is $50, but I'm willing to spend $200, $300 on my homie, I would be a little personally offended
But
with
what's
that.
so crazy?
Because it's like, that's
what's
a homie, and our connection should be a little
see,
closer.
she
has
I'm
a
gonna be
lot-
real
she has a
petty
lot
right
in her
now.
heart.
I've seen men drop money on their homeboys like that.
It wasn't even his homeboy. It wasn't his mama. It wasn't his daddy. It wasn't none of that. Who was it for? It was the side chick, and I didn't even know about. He
Of
had
course,
no
the side
clue.
chick I was getting the good stuff.
No, like he
The
thought
side
it
chick
was
I
cool.
was
So
getting the good
Y'all
stuff.
confirm me.
Please.
Twitter tells her, oh, they saw this tweet. He said, if your man does not spoil you, he hates you. And a man stitched this video and he was like, yes. He was like, if a man does not spoil you, he hates you. Because men spend money and they do things for women they love. You really care about somebody.
If they're not spending money
And
on you, they spend on somebody else. They do not care.
You seen those skits? They be like, oh, me preparing a bath for my side chick and it's all romantic. And they be like, my girlfriend be like, y'all be telling yourselves exactly how y'all feel. And
It be like
crazy.
them one TikToks. I don't know if y'all be seeing them. It be like when y'all side girlfriend like about to come over and like they do like the little special clean the house like that. But when it's your girlfriend, it's like
They be like,
Man,
y'all be hating
out
y'all
here,
girlfriends.
like, you got first hand experience.
Someone
Like-
said, jokes on her, I'm broke.
Who said that? Who said that?
Wait, do I know?
Maze_who.
Man, too.
And whoever you is, stop playing with me right now.
I think I know who
I might
that
have
is.
money, but I'm not.
I think he's just clowning, but I think I know who that is. He is a troll. He is a troll.
Yeah, you're trolling really bad. You're canceled.
But trust me,
You're
$60 is the money too.
Yeah, of course, but to each its own, though.
Yeah.
Like
But
what
if I
she's saying,
spend
though.
$300 on you, like
If you're
what-
more
what
willing-
other life
She said, if you're more willing to drop money on a side
Exactly.
chick,
Why does his
and you're
side
trying to
chick
be
get more money
committed to
than
me,
me?
at first, why do you have a
see,
side
so
chick?
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to y'all not being ungrateful. He only had that money.
Just like what I said.
Okay, because he was dropping money on another girl.
It's not about a side chick.
hold on,
Focus
hold
on
on.
you
It's
and
about
her.
So you believe in side chicks?
No,
You do that?
no. What
you do that?
anything for your side
What
chick?
if I spend
He clearly
more on
had
my
money
lady?
if he was dropping it on another girl.
No, this is my question. What if I spend more on my lady and she just buy me something for $20?
As she
I
should.
Be okay with it?
No, I would say this. As a man, if you feel like, hey, your girlfriend didn't do a good job with you of giving a gift to you, I just say you sit her down and you say, hey, babe, like, just kind of like say, like, this is the things that I like to do that.
Communicate. That's the only money she had at that moment.
No, I feel like
If you want to be loved by receiving gifts, you need to communicate that with your partner. That's all
Right now, I'm
immaturity.
going back to what y'all said. If I take you to Popeyes, you're gonna be like, "Fuck this."
Like-
McDonald's, Wendy's, something. Hey, watch it. You want to go to Popeyes after this? Yo, let's go to Popeyes.
I'll say this personally, if I'm talking to a dude and he tells me he wants to take me to Popeyes and then go smoke a blunt and drink some alcohol in his car, personally, to me, that's not a date. I know what I like. If we've talked and you want to pursue me and you know the things that I like and you kind of don't relate it back to me, it just sounds like you're not listening to me.
You already know what I'm going to say. Love language. Love language. Love language.
Stay home, watch a movie, and sleep.
The thing is, I don't like going to guys' houses on the first date. Like, I just think, personally, if this is like the first date, I'm talking relatively to the first date, and he's like, hey, come over to my crib, we can watch a movie and stuff. To me, that's a trap. Like, that's a red flag. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't know that.
That's a red flag, but it's a trap.
It's not a trap.
It's just try. What are we going to be doing in your house?
Why should you think like that?
Okay, let's be honest. I like this. No, I like this because this makes you upset, right? Let me tell you something.
So many people are telling us that.
I love this. I love this
Where
banter.
like 2 or 3 times, they thought that was my
intention,
right?
But they'll comment, yeah.
They started getting naked and stuff like that. But
Wow.
I wasn't
that happens.
in the
So you didn't
mood.
ask them to get it. So let me say something. Let me say something. Put that.
I didn't do nothing.
Bro, you didn't ask them to put that clothes back on.
To show you
I would
they felt like they felt like
Hey, yo, cut his mic real quick.
attractive enough to me, but that wasn't my intention.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate.
Guess what?
So let's say
I'm not selling myself out, but it's like sex is nothing to me. I don't give a if you have big ass, or I'm not looking at that. That's not me. At the end of the day, if I really don't feel like, man, this is the first time, I'm not doing it. I'm not those type of man. Like me personally, that's what I'm saying.
So you don't sleep with people on the first date?
I have 2 things to roll off of what you're saying.
I can, but if I'm not in the mood, or if I feel like, oh, she don't want to do it, it's okay. Especially if you tell me I don't want anything like this to happen.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
cool with
true.
it. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not even gonna try and
That's
give
a
you
first.
alcohol or anything to make you think like,
Nah.
oh, he's trying to get me.
Nah.
Nah, I'm not that nigga.
Yeah. And what for the women that go over on the first date and you're just like kind of being a little like innocent with it, like that's not your intentions, and y'all swing a different way,
At
y'all
the
get
end of the
mad.
day,
How do you
that's
feel
why.
about that?
At the end of the day, that's why I keep saying you have to know the person you're dealing with.
Exactly.
If I feel like I brought that topic and you still be like, man, I don't want to go to a man's house on the first date. Okay, it's right here. I got it. I would rather take you to the movies and go home after that. Or
Yeah.
go get a drink.
I have a question based on something you had said, some comment you made, and I want to play devil's advocate a little bit. I know a Ghanaian man.
Yeah.
I was very close to him. Okay, very respectable. This is why I messed up. Very respectable dude. I actually I had a lot of love and respect for him until he said this to me.
What did he say?
Let's go.
So let's pray. Oh, sorry. Let's pray. Come on. Come on. This man says to me, men do not show sexual exclusivity like women do. And so basically he was saying that we don't show our loyalty through sex. And so basically making it okay for him to mess around with people while he was in a relationship.
That's all y'all
because that's not
want.
how he shows loyalty and exclusivity. And I
is him
define that
being
as
honest,
cheating. But when women have that mentality, we're hoes. Can I hear from y'all on that?
Let me tell
that
you
is
one
him being
thing,
honest
right?
with
Let
you.
me tell you one thing right now.
Let's pray.
Yeah. Because this is from experience and from me talking to people older than me, younger than me, my age group. This is one thing about men. Our real women, we don't go all out when it comes to sex like that.
Yeah.
We're trying to protect that.
Them. That's
know
What does that mean? What does that mean?
We're trying to protect.
Yeah, that's true.
But like for the side chicks and for the
They
other
have the
girls,
better
we
feeling.
go crazy.
Wow.
So you admit that you are unfaithful in
I'm not-
relationships.
First of all, I'm not in no.
I think that is personal.
So you won't put no love to a woman that actually
No.
wants you, but
Once
you will
in a
put it to
while,
somebody
look,
else
it's
that
like
wants
you.
their
It's
place.
like you. If you buy a new car, do you drive it anyhow?
No.
Do you let your friends drive it?
No, but women are
comparing
cars.
A woman to
No,
car.
I'm just. Come on.
What is that?
Look,
It's just a scenario.
look. If you buy a new car,
It's a bad example.
for the first 1 year, ain't nobody driving my car or doing nothing to it, right?
I don't get the question. See, the problem is
Okay.
men always compare us to sandwiches, cars, doorknobs. Can we not be objects?
Guess what? You're a lady. It's okay. So, okay, this is my whole thing. When it comes to man, when we get married to you or you the main chick, oh no, my bad, not the main chick. If you my girlfriend,
Oh wow!
if you my girlfriend, we don't like try and destroy your pum pum. You know what I mean? But we once in a while we'll take you there. But it's not like a man who cheats. messing with a side chick. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I do know what you mean.
Because I've seen like an actual person try to explain to someone that I know, but they said there's certain things that he can't say to his main chick. And there's certain things he can say recklessly with his side chick.
Right.
So it's like, are you trying to say that in terms like you kind of have to step on your tippy toes around the main one because you actually value her versus you can be reckless with the side one?
Yeah.
But then like that kind of
it's like
that's
that.
what throws me.
It's
How
like
can
the
you
side
value
chick
a woman and then go off on another woman? But when women do it, it's like, oh, she's a hoe or
see?
this,
Yes,
that,
bro.
it's like,
I'm
why is the same things
talking real
apply?
life. Y'all trying to make it so
this
nice
is not
and
me
smooth. I'm
saying that I
telling you
want
real
the same
life.
things to apply. This is not me saying like, oh, I want the ability to just mess around. But this is what we're saying with double standards. Men will sit here and look at you and be like, girl, I'm so in love with you. And then turn around and call Shorty while Shorty's next to you. It's like, how do y'all do that?
And that's what I just said in the beginning. That's what I said in the beginning. Look,
It's like when y'all
if
men
you-
do it.
If
When
you
y'all
the
men
main
do
girl, you the main girl.
Yes,
Look,
I don't want to be a man anything. I want to be the only.
I want to be the only one.
But when you're not the only man, when you're not the only man, it's a problem.
Look.
And then it's like, oh, he's had
telling
you. It's like,
real
what does
life,
that
y'all
mean?
writing
I
a
don't want to be
storybook.
your favorite.
Like-
I want to be the only one. I want to be the only.
I'll say this though, like
because
in terms
they
of
don't wanna
men,
listen to you.
I'll say this, like men have a tendency of dishing out what they cannot take.
Exactly.
Though. So it's like,
All
for
the
example,
time.
like I understand where you're
We
coming
want
from of like,
problems.
okay, my main chick, I would have to step over her, you know, certain things that I can't say because I value her feelings. But with the side one, I don't value her feelings. And I feel like that's kind of where karma comes into play with y'all. Because it's like you're basically telling me that this person is more valuable to me. The other person, she's kind of like trash, so I'm gonna treat her anyway. Like that's how it's sounding to us women, right?
That's
And it's
pointless though.
and the thing is, it's like, but if the main one did it back to you, you would have your heart
Sick.
broken.
Y'all would be
Yeah, that's-
fucked up.
Let me
Crying all day.
Oh, look what
Let it go. Let it go. Look at another dude. And y'all like, oh my God. Oh,
I can't believe she
all
took
these
his
husband. You over here doing a girl bad, face down, up, all that, and then she look at another dude. Your whole heart struck.
No, but also
Now you're done. Now she's done bad.
But
Y'all be the next future. Y'all can't handle.
But you all girls do the same
10%.
thing.
No,
I'll say this.
you
No,
can't
I can
handle
say this.
10% of the things
But-
that's to you.
But women can do the same things. But when we do it, we get almost in a sense villainized
bashed.
for it.
We're
The same way
Because
guys
for-
do.
No. Because again, like he said right now, when he brought up the fact that he has, I'm not trying to point you out or nothing. I'm not trying to, I know that was really aggressive, but I'm saying he just openly said that, you know, this is my strategies with my main and my sides. We're laughing about it. But if I had talked about, yeah, you know, the one dude I like, I'll go out to dinner with him. I'll enjoy dinner with him. I'll probably be intimate with him. But my side dude, he's just a plate.
Because girls are precious.
He's just something I'll go off of.
'Cause
Do you
girls
know
are
how many, how all of you will be like, Beverly, like, oh, I almost said my name. Debbie, you cannot treat another human being like that. You cannot
course you
use another
cannot.
human being financially like that. The same way that you cannot use
Look,
another
at the end of
person
the day,
for your sexual
women are
needs.
more than men in the world. So
Yeah, so
please,
we need
man,
2 or 3.
What does that mean?
What do you
to
mean?
balance it.
Look, women are more than men in the world, right?
The population.
Look, so all I'm trying to say is, man,
Let me do the math right
just be
here.
out. If you're single, do what you're doing
Okay,
best.
so let me ask you something. You have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
beautiful. So, would you want your daughter to have a man like you when she gets older?
Look,
And if you can't say yes wholeheartedly,
you know what?
then you need to
I
reevaluate.
keep
some
hearing these
things.
questions and I love it. You know why? If your teacher can teach you what he's supposed to teach, what is he?
A student.
He's a bad teacher, right?
Oh.
So guess what? My daughter, with all my experience from 7 years old, when I started doing something called sex, you know.
I'm sorry.
But you know what? When I got to America, I knew that shit was abuse. But when I was back home, I was like, oh.
Wait, you said 7?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man,
I'm so sorry.
Y'all saying, by niggas, we loved it.
That's
at the
terrible.
time.
No, they're a
Don't-
victim. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you. All right. So this is what I'm saying. With my daughter, it's up to me to show her this. This is not right. This is right. He looks good. That's how come I used to dress like I'm out here. Now I really look at what I wear because of my daughter. When she's not around, I wear stuff that I feel like, okay, now I'm a city boy, you know. But when she's around, or even the pictures I take now, I make sure I look decent.
Respect.
You know,
Okay.
smell good. That is what she's gonna look up to in the future. But if I'm still out here showing her this girl today, showing her this is your TT tomorrow, she's seeing different women and all that, that's what she's gonna pick up, right? So with my experience, like y'all see me spending time with her, like doing stuff with her, trying to bring her up, right? So it's not like my daughter is gonna be like this bum ass bitches out here.
Damn, what the?
Whoa.
You took he chose violence.
I'm not offended because I can't relate. Wow.
Like what?
But I think the word side chick wasn't right. You like it makes it seem that it's
You see,
bad,
that's
you know?
why I keep saying we talk in real life. Y'all writing a storybook. Y'all just trying to make it sound sweet and nice. But come on.
There's a nice word to say. Just say like a team
reality.
worker instead of side chick.
I wouldn't say like the issue we have with that statement wasn't the fact that you had a main or a side chick. It wasn't that. It was the fact that you have openly admitted the value that the main chicks brings to me gets her this
I wasn't
type of
saying
action.
me. I was talking for.
Oh, yeah,
niggas.
my bad.
I was talking for the
In
niggas.
general.
I was just talking because of me talking to my friends and older people.
So these are other people's experiences.
And at the end of the day, don't tell me you don't hear their story.
Oh, of course I do.
So
well, what I'm saying is I'm not arguing about the fact that it doesn't happen, but what I'm arguing about is that women could not get away with that type of behavior the way men can. Because if I were to come on here and say like, hey, my side dude, he ain't acting right, I'm finna drop him, my main dude finna pick me up, all of this and that.
That man will leave.
That man will leave me an instant.
The ratchet ones who said.
Now I'm curious though. I want to get back to the question. The expensive stuff that you guys have bought for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Now I'm curious. Sorry I didn't share mine, but I can share maybe after you all done. Then I can know now I'm in the right place to say bye.
Oh, so you'll feel safe in a
yeah.
sense. Okay.
So now I think that you said yours. That was good though. The $60 is still money. It's still worth. It still can buy you guys for 2 weeks. So at least it's something.
You don't know how she drives.
Yeah. Maybe he had it DoorDash overtime for that $60.
Only her said it.
Only her,
what about
yeah.
you?
She never talked and she never told you. You never talked as well. And she. So
I wouldn't say that she's more so you're not talking about the actual number of it, but it's the effort behind it, right? Because $60 to someone could be hard effort, but to someone else, that's $60. I'll drop that on the floor right now. And it's dependent on the man that you're dating.
you just drop it?
If you know, because you're the one who knows us.
I'll drop it right now.
I'll drop it.
I need it. Please drop it. Please.
I want to say something.
Do you need her back?
I want to say something.
Her back. She
I wanna
can
say
drop
something.
it right now.
I love my sister, and I'll say this. I love my sister because she is known for attracting what she puts out. She holds herself to a high standard. And so she's used to attracting men of high value and that spoil her. And that goes back to how you are, who you attract, etc. And so this is the type of person that would say, what?
This same thing you saying, people go for that, but that's not what they need. They go in there and it's not what they're expecting. You want somebody to spend time with you. You want somebody to show you real love. Like you guys talking about what is the most expensive thing you bought for somebody. I feel like I can buy something less than $100. Okay, let me ask this question. Has one of your exes or your current boyfriend bought something for you and you were like, it touched you so much, like, dang, he really thinks about me?
Yeah. No. And the thing is,
but it wasn't expensive.
I'll say this. That's what we're arguing about. It's like, for example, when he brought up the iPhone, she would rather get roses than an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Like to men, that's crazy. But to women, that's valuable to us.
Right.
And
I think we don't know you ladies.
And that's what I'm saying. That's when you get to know us.
You can't play these mind games with us. We buy this today. Oh, we were looking for the smaller one. Okay. We buy the smaller one. You couldn't go.
Let's get clear. Whatever you get your woman, it will be appreciative of. Period. Okay. I'm just gonna say it again. It all goes back to love language. So they are appreciative, but you have to know your partner and what they like and what they want. If you tell me, babe, I want steak for dinner, and I continue to make you sandwiches, You're gonna be appreciative because I'm feeding you, but you're gonna be like, dang, she is just not listening.
No.
Okay.
I will say this, but I feel like with men, they don't directly ask you what they want, but they poke at the bush, for example.
Yeah.
Like if it's like, yeah, I really like jollof rice, but I don't cook him jollof rice. He'll say it again. You know, my mom's jollof rice is so nice. Like I miss it so much, you know, with a little meat on the side and plantain. And you know, guys are very statistic. But the thing is, you're also still letting us know what we want. Women are listening out for that.
We do listen a lot.
It sounds like you really know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, he says you sound
She has a lot of
It
experience.
sounds like you know a little bit about men.
a little too much or enough.
Because I'll take you to the African restaurant and buy jollof rice and we eat together. That should let you know that I like it. That's why I drove all the way from my house, pick you up, then we went to buy jollof rice. And so I'm not gonna tell you to cook it for me, but you should know one that I'll appreciate if you do.
Or if you buy it and bring it to the house.
Yeah, if you can't cook it,
that's
fair
enough to me.
You've given your girlfriend or your partner all these hints, right? And you know she knows. But then at the end of the day, you're waiting for jollof rice, but she brings you a chicken sandwich.
You see what we're saying?
You'll kind of be like,
nothing wrong with chicken sandwich.
No, that's fine. What we're saying is,
like, is she listening? Your question is she listening?
You keep talking about the iPhone 15 and not being great.
At that moment, you let her know, like, bitch.
I was about to say something, bro.
Come on, man. Look.
Why you feel
not
like
all the
that?
time. It's not when you mad that you have to call your lady a, you know.
You should
say it in
never.
a nice way sometimes.
No,
Hey, babe.
nice backhand.
Okay, what if we having sex and I say,
Hey.
is that bad?
What are you going to say?
Nah, I was just throwing it out there.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Cut the mic.
No.
You've experienced that before?
White.
I said no. I'm not gonna lie. On some real crazy stuff when I was younger, I was always be like that girl from like, you could call me one if you want to, or I ain't gonna lie, cause I just knew what like dudes would do. Like, if you're gonna call me that, call me that. Like, I'm not gonna care.
I don't talk to women that way.
But if you're gonna use that as a joke,
friends, y'all be like that.
I don't.
Most women
I don't.
be like that.
I don't. But I personally don't like it. I personally don't like it. I don't like talking to my women that way. Like you've noticed, I call them queens on the couch. I don't like talking to women that way. I don't like using that word.
but at the same time, we are
Females.
females.
That type of women who don't even like to be called females. There's a lot. They're like, don't call me female.
Exactly.
But if y'all men call each other that, like, y'all don't get offensive.
I'll say this though.
But
no, you continue. I just
but when we say that to like to each other, like females, like we're females.
yeah.
But it's the way how you have to say it. If you say that as a joke, we're gonna take it as a joke. If we're gonna be like, oh, I need you to be like that, or you need to be like a female, like we gotta tell some tea, act like one, but like using it as like you're mad or like you trying to like manipulate me or you trying to hurt my feelings, I'm gonna take it as the wrong way.
I'll say this. There's languages, I agree with you. I feel like there's languages that you should keep in the bedroom and there's languages that you should keep outside.
So is that
Call me whatever you want
say-
to. Watch it happen. Go ahead.
And the thing is, it's like a lot of men. I remember I actually had like an ex that I would talk to. I remember
There she goes.
No, it's just again, I had an ex and I was telling him like, hey, I don't feel comfortable hearing you call women bitches. Like, could you stop that, right? And he would say, well, just don't call me one. Again, nowhere in that sentence would I ever call him a bitch. Like, it's not even in my vocabulary to look at him and say bitch. So I was like, okay, that's pretty easy for me, right? And the reason why I kind of felt a little hurt by his statement was it's because it's rooted in the idea that like I'm taking some type of privilege away from him, so he needs to take a privilege away from me. It's the same way as you, again, and I feel like a lot of Black men have an issue with the idea of the word bitch because they use it a lot. But if a white man started saying the N-word to you and looked you right in the eye and you told that white man, hey, do not call me the N-word, he will then tell you, don't call me it either. You will look at him like he's crazy. The same way that women will look at you like you're crazy if we ask you not to call us a bitch. So it's the same way. If you don't want the white man calling you a nigga, don't call a woman a bitch.
I just feel like, once again, I just feel like you should know your partner.
You should know your.
I think we got way off topic. We had to bring it back.
Don't.
And that's fine. But the thing is, it's like there's difference. Like, I don't know in terms if you call your spouse like a bitch, like outside the bedroom or just only in the bedroom.
Okay, let's say in the bedroom.
Then
Don't be
okay,
mad.
keep it in the bedroom. Okay, if she likes it, you love it, y'all do y'all thing. But
That's
it's like
between y'all.
that's what I'm saying. But it's like if I'm out in public and you call me that in the bedroom, I'm at the grocery store and you're like, "Hey, bitch." I'm gonna look at you crazy.
Like,
Everybody else is gonna look
is
at you
true.
like
this
you're
is a
crazy.
comment you will pull up. This is a comment. Would you call your mama that?
Exactly.
Would
Would
you
you
call
want
your
a man to
granddad?
call your sister,
How would
your
they
daughter,
feel?
I know
anyone
some
like
niggas
that?
that be calling your mom.
That's out of pocket.
And
She
that's
ain't
the
smack
thing.
y'all.
No,
She ain't
me.
put y'all hands on y'all. She ain't throw a TV at y'all.
I will say
That's
this:
something
if
you
a
need to
man,
think about.
again, that's a red flag too. Like ladies, like the way
You
that
have
they
a
talk
lot of
of,
red flags.
I do. You got to look out for them. Like I'm saying, like if a man is calling his mother like a bitch or he's saying insults about his mother, leave him alone. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, as a man, a man's first love is his mother.
Exactly.
And a woman's first love is her father. That's why men like to date their mothers, women like to date their fathers.
That's not true.
It's very true. It's very
That
true.
is a lie.
It's so true. I'm not saying that you need to date a carbon copy.
I think
do
I'm
that.
different.
And-
I was,
and I always
was
say you
born
can-
different because my first love is myself.
Man.
Cut.
Yeah, it's myself. Come on, not my mom.
Like I was saying, you can learn. I always say you can learn a lot about a man's character by how he treats his mom and his sisters.
What if
Cop,
your mom is not
cop,
there no more?
Cop.
And no, the thing is, if his mom is not there, then it's always the mother figure who took care of him or someone
What
he
if
used.
that person
Nobody
you don't
took
have
care.
that person
Nah,
in life?
that's
Okay,
That's
then
not your
how he
missing
treats
point.
other women in his
You're
life.
missing the point. The point is you could tell a lot about a man by how he treats his mom and sisters.
And
and he said, "What if the mom is no more?"
Those people are not there.
I will
This is
say
not
this.
there.
I will say this. If a man, for example, again, if he has a good relationship with his mom, that's always a green flag for me. But am I saying that men date women that exactly look like them? No. It's the same way I'm not dating carbon copies of my father, but there are traits that I find in the guys that I date that are similar to my father or for my mother. A lot of my guy friends will describe their types to me, right? And I'm not talking about skin color, I'm not talking about body shape, but it's small characteristics or features that is similar to their mother. If you ask a lot of Ghanaian men, like, hey, what's your type? Oh, I like petite women, small faces,
Yeah.
wide nose. I don't really. And again, if they show you a
Slim
picture of a
tits
girl
and
that
stuff.
they like, they always resemble their mother. High cheekbones, a little bit of a wider nose. For example, I like guys with facial hair. My father has facial hair. So it's small characteristics, but I'm not saying like you are dating your father, or it could be character.
All right.
I like guys who know when to shut up.
See?
My father is always
you,
quiet.
You let me come in here. Your green light can be a red light. Ask me why. Because you just said a guy who has a good relationship with a mother is a green light to you. To me, it's a red light. Because that guy that has a really good relationship with the mother is gonna tell everything in this marriage relationship to the mother.
She didn't say mama's boy. She just said a healthy relationship.
That's the same.
Oh,
thing
oh
too.
no!
That's the
No,
same thing.
I will say this because there's
It's
a
the same
spectrum.
thing.
Because there's
It
it's a
is the same
spectrum.
thing.
So okay, can I ask you this, Evans?
Go ahead.
Do you tell your mother everything?
Not now.
Okay. Then do you tell, not now.
Yeah. When I was a little, I used
But
to.
how would you
people-
describe your relationship with your mother?
Cool.
You're cool. You're healthy. You love your mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't
I'll do
mean-
everything for her.
Exactly our point. That's the
So,
type of
and that's how you would
relationships
treat a
between The thing is,
No.
what we're saying is
No,
we're not asking
that is
for
different. No, that is different.
Man.
No, that is different. Because what my
Some
mom would do
mothers
for
know
me
more
to treat her
stuff,
that way,
yeah.
maybe you can't do it.
That's
Are you
what
okay,
I'm
Beth?
saying. No, I'm straight. But I'm saying is that's when things become transactional.
If my dad is one, right? A wife, I could find some any day, any
Yes.
hour. Right?
That's your problem. That's why
Mother's
you
love
can't
is
find-
different
No,
from
no. All I'm
your
saying is,
girlfriend, your
look,
wife.
And
a
that's what
son can tell mommy everything and not tell the wife half of what.
Yes.
But again, I understand coming. It's like, again, you have a different dynamic of a relationship. But a statement that I wanted to kind of point out that you said, oh, I can only have one mother, but I can have multiple wives.
Yeah.
That's your problem within marriage. You think women are switchable in a sense. It's like, okay.
It's
if
not
you
that-
have-
that is how it is.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
that's what-
no, if you have this,
If
okay.
mommy dies, that's it, right?
No, I'll say
Can't
this.
find mommy anywhere.
I'll say this. If you love that
The
woman,
wives are
if you are
replaceable, right?
looking at someone that you love, you cannot replace them. If you truly love that
Look, once
person.
can still
once
replace
upon
them.
a time, you used to love your ex like crazy. You like, this is the love.
But you
No.
replaced him.
No, because it's
But
a
your
difference.
mom is still there. Your dad is still there.
It's difference
Yes.
between love and fantasy. I'll say that. But also, you can replace
you
a
just
mother.
good at
So
worse.
no, I'm just saying though. It's like I know people who don't have both parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they don't have both parents, there's always an adult in their life that steps up and becomes that parent.
Some people don't have that.
And some people don't have that privilege, but sometimes when the lucky few do, they love them just like they would a mother. They love them just like
It's
they would
never
a
the
father.
same. There's a saying in Ghanaian
Like
language.
that,
but-
mother's love is
Look,
different.
there's a saying.
I understand that, but again, it's like what you're saying is your mother isn't replaceable.
There is a saying in our language. I forgot what it is, but
Maybe I'll remember. You try to say.
nah, it's like the love you have for Abanoma, like the love you have for if the kid is not your child,
Your stepchild.
your stepchild, the love you have for the
It's
child
different from
is
your
different
own
from
child.
your own blood, right?
And that is true.
So you can't love 100%.
That is true.
You can't love that person 100%
Because we are
like
human.
You love your mom.
Hey,
We're
Charles, I'll
not
say
born to be
this.
perfect.
I think she was.
No, I was just
Oh, but
listening.
then your
I'm
face.
just
I really
saying-
wanted
I
to
was
say
listening.
something
And
so
once again, this is what I'm saying about the other topic. Like, you should know the person you're going for. Because I know with my experience in both worlds, I know there are some ladies over here that love niggas that have been to jail. That's
I
the
can see
type
that.
of niggas.
I can
they
actually see that.
Yeah, that's the type of niggas they want.
I'm good.
Do you know the reason why?
And I still don't get it, but to them, that's
Ladies,
the type of
ladies,
niggas
can you
they
tell us
want.
the reason why?
They say,
I don't like men like that. I don't endorse
I've heard
myself with men
stories
like
where they
that.
say they more protective.
No, because I'll say this. It's like, and this is like actually a study, like a psychology study that I read. But I want to first address the Ghana quote and then that.
Yeah.
So the first one is, I feel like when people think of love and in terms of motherly loves or like the love that you have for a child, I think again, love is not genetic. Love is natural.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you don't need to look like that person or that person doesn't need to come and swoon out of you for you to truly love them. For example, like again, I don't want to bring it back to the Bible, but again, Jesus physically did it so everyone could get here. When we were here, he just naturally loved us. And it's the same thing. Like, for example, like I do plan to adopt, like, again, when I adopt, I'm going to love the heck out of those kids the same way I would love those kids who came out of me. And I do.
You sure?
No.
I'm 100% sure.
You're not there yet.
No, but I'm telling you,
If you're not going to love them,
Look,
we're
it's
going to
different.
adopt them though.
Look,
I'm not gonna let this
with
slide.
me, I have my daughter,
No.
right? I've been in situations like that where the way I'll do it for my daughter, when I was doing it for the other kid, I was like, man, but I did it in a nicer way. But I knew if it was my kid, I would do it in a more nice and professional way.
Yeah.
I will say again, like,
Wait,
if
do you
that's-
understand?
I will say
I'm lost.
Look,
I'm
wait.
lost.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Do any of you have a
Okay,
step
let's
mom here?
say,
What do you
wait,
say?
Do any of you have a
What's that?
step parents here? You
No.
do?
No.
Oh, okay.
right, that's why. Look, get to
I
that
would
stage
say, I would
first.
say this.
Yeah.
Because as somebody, because again, I know a lot of Ghanaian kids and Africans can relate, but when I was younger, I was moved to somebody else's household. I didn't live with my parents. So I do understand what you're saying. Like when I lived with those people treated me completely different from the way that they treated their actual biological
Wait,
kids.
and guess what?
That is
Guess
very
what?
nice.
Those days you felt so bad, but today you like, oh,
It wasn't
made you
right.
stronger.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, it made me stronger, but it
Right.
made me truly learn the idea of what love is. Love is not genetic. Love is something that can grow naturally from a person. And it's the same way.
Genetic as well.
It can be genetic, but it shouldn't be though. For example, like
But it
even
is.
though, but I'm saying though,
I don't know what you're
even
trying to say.
if I pull up a picture of Jesus Christ,
Mm-hmm.
will you look exactly like Jesus Christ?
No.
that's no Jesus Christ.
But I know.
I
but
don't know.
If
Do you
I
have-
if I
Just trying
like
to give an
actually pull up a
example.
real picture of Jesus Christ, the Middle Eastern Virgin,
Where can you
be?
find
Yeah,
that?
the most accurate picture of
Of
Jesus
Jesus
isn't
Christ.
written, but they describe him as a comely man with hair of wool. So
Yeah.
you know based on where he lived and like what his like ethnic background would be, what he would look like in your head. Basically.
exactly.
She's
He,
saying.
he would look more Middle Eastern. He would look nothing like you.
I think we
And
were
I-
created in his own image, so may I see myself that Jesus can be me.
Okay,
and he
but
can
I
be
get that.
himself.
But if I were to pull a picture of an accurate description of Jesus Christ, you would not look exactly like him.
Right.
But
You
even
can
though
pull up my
he,
picture, it's gonna look like.
Do you get what
But
she's
in
trying to
terms-
say? Do you get what she's trying to
but
say?
in terms, he will still love you internally, even though you don't look like him or you don't share anything genetically to him. And I will say this again, growing up in that household, it really taught me I never want to make a kid feel that way. Like I'm going to be like, I'm a true believer that karma is a bitch and it will bite you in the ass if you are not careful. It's a bitch and it will bite you in the ass. I will say that again, like my goal in life is to never treat a child like that because no child deserves to ever have to ask themselves like, damn, does he really like me? Like what? Why doesn't he like me the way he doesn't like my other siblings? Right. Now, will I say you do again? Technically, if you are sharing like a child with one woman and she has another child by another man, you do not technically owe that woman any type of service to that child because again, you didn't create that child. Now, would it be nice? Yes, but you don't owe that responsibility. But if you decide to marry somebody else, have a children with them, but also share a home with them, I do believe in my personal experience, you should truly love those kids because again, with that person and those kids, they're a package deal.
You can truly love them.
Yeah, but don't get us wrong. Yeah,
the same. How you gonna be so energetic?
No matter what, there's gonna be slight difference.
That's not the same energy. Yeah. Look, you're not there yet. When you get there, you're gonna
it's
say,
different.
Oh,
yeah.
You're
not in the shoes, so
I'm telling you, you're gonna truly do it like you do in a good way. But the way you're gonna do it for your kids, that's not gonna be the same.
Yeah. No matter how much effort you put in, because right now it's like we are judging the shoes according to what we see, but we're not putting our feet in the shoes to know if it actually fits our right leg. Yeah,
because
so that's how it is.
So like, for example, like this kind of just makes me kind of question like,
hey, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So you have a step kid and your real child, right?
Yeah.
The water is taking them away. Who you gonna say first?
The youngest.
Okay. Beverly,
what if they are the same age?
They're the same age?
Yeah.
And like same build, everything, right?
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, they're both dying.
Wow.
Beverly.
And I'll say this. The reason why I'm going to be honest with you, and this is me, I can't pick between two kids, right?
Okay.
I can't do that. I can't decide human life. If I can't save both of them are dying.
Okay.
But I'm going to be honest with you. As a woman, it would be different compared to a man with that question. Because I'm not going to lie, and I know a lot of people are going to be offended by this. I can always create more kids.
I'm offended.
I can create way more kids.
Same as guys.
I can get kids from the adoption center, right? But I would say that, again, like with that term, like I would let both of them die.
After menopause, do you even like
get
fertile gene?
Huh?
Okay, wait. My question here is that now you have these two kids that he brought up, stepdaughter and your own daughter, right?
Yes.
You have to do a kidney transplant to your stepdaughter. Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. If I legally,
it's gonna cost your life though.
I'll do it. And I know, like, again, I'm a firm believer. I don't want
She has a golden heart.
No, I'm so serious. I truly do not want children. Like, if you know me, you know that kids are the last thing on this earth. I do not
birth them, but you want kids.
Bro,
no,
you asked the question wrongly. What if those two kids both need it at the same time because they had some food or they had some something.
Would I both genetically pair with both of them?
Yes,
and you can do it for both of them. Who you gonna choose?
And the father can't participate too?
No, we're talking about you, not the father. Don't bring the guy in. He's tired. He want to work. He's tired. Let him sleep.
I would just I would say again, it's really dependent on who needs it the most.
They all do need it.
So are you going to let those two kids die? Then you go and adopt because you think you can bring more people?
I can't.
Your own daughter is gonna die?
No, I would just say I wouldn't want to make that choice. Therefore, I would let them both die.
And you go adopt?
I wouldn't go adopt, but I would again. I would go. I would go adopt if I want. Again, right now, what I'm talking about right now, if you know me, I do not want kids. Now, if I ever am convinced by someone to have kids, or I find a partner that I'm comfortable to have kids with, I will. But I know for me, for sure, I will adopt. I think kids are a valuable gift on this earth. Do not get me wrong.
Then what do you?
We have a comment. Hold on. We have a comment. Wait, hold on. We're going back to that full circle, but we have a comment.
No, you not to
hold on.
I would have a kid.
We got a comment. We got a comment. Says, I guess it's like, nah, I am choosing my biological baby.
Of course,
and that's to each its own. But what I'm saying is, if you are a parent and you have the opportunity to say that you want to take care of a child, you should love them equally the same way you should love the other biological
I
child that
respect
you
your
have.
answer, though. I respect your answer.
Yeah, I do respect
That's
that.
just you. So.
I know that's just me, but it's
That
like
is 1 in a million.
But I'm gonna promise you, if you ever, and this is something like truly, if you ever are mean to a child simply because they are not your biological kid, your karma will come to you tenfold.
That is very valid.
I'm so
That's
serious. If
valid.
it doesn't come directly to you, it's gonna come to your kids. It's gonna come to your grandkids.
valid.
Generational curses exist. I'm not going to come and continue a generational curse because I decide like, damn, this kid has some type of DNA close to me. Those kids are both kids that I want to take care of, that I'm giving my heart to.
Man, me, I'm choosing
Comment
my
says-
kid.
But what I'm gonna
Comment
say
says,
is that,
hold on, I can't leave my baby to be an orphan because no one is going to take care of my child like you
Exactly.
will.
But the thing, I do agree with that, like the concept of parents fearing that no one is going to be able to take care of their child. Again, there are evil people out there, but there are also good people. There are people who think that, okay, just because one kid is biological to me, I don't have to give a F about the other kid who is a step kid to me. But there are also people who will both look at them like children as their own. So at the end of the day, to each his own. I know what I stand on. I'm gonna take care of them kids like they my own.
okay.
Okay.
Now I know who I can give my kid to in case I'm not around.
So, okay, any final thoughts? Any final questions?
I think it was great.
I was expecting more from you girls telling us what you bring on the table, but I think it's fine. You just said baby and we bring breast milk and whatever, but just go.
Hold on. Special shout out to my sister. She says, as an adopted kid, the love my mom gives me is true and pure.
I love that.
Of course. But
That's your
the
sister?
mom is 99%. It's not 100%.
But even with biological kids, I've seen people do like terrible things to their own biological children.
Of course.
So it's like, again, like even with that argument of you love your kid more, there are evil people out there. I've seen people who have given birth to their kids, but then also do the most horrendous things to them.
Exactly.
So again, I love this comment and I'm glad that God blessed you with a mother like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we know that at least the women on the couch bring great value to the table, and the men have strong opinions.
No. When did we make that conclusion?
Wait. So what do y'all? I never heard what y'all said.
Yeah, it was just Beverly saying.
To sum it up, all the women on the couch have collectively agreed that going into relationships healed and mature. We all collectively said that we bring equal compatibility.
We don't care about you being healed or not.
Everyone has agreed that we cook. Everyone agreed that we cook. So I'm saying basically all of us agree we cook. We have qualities of a wife that we bring to the table. So unanimously, and that's what I say to the women out there, come to relationship, heal, mature, be equal with your spouse, know your partner, love languages.
After 16 years or 18 years, that's when she's gonna start working.
And yeah.
I'll say this.
How do you say qualities of a wife? Then you ask me to like help you clean and not do all those stuff.
Someone says women bring a lot to the table. Their presence alone.
Comments again.
The alone brings stability. I like that. I like that.
I'll say this, like for me personally, like I've always like right now the career that I'm pursuing, I want to be a lawyer. Like that's always been my dream.
He's trying to be cool with the girls,
Yeah, man, fuck
cool.
Damn.
Okay. Well, it's time to wrap it up.
Okay. But I'll say this, like I know for me, like I've just endured 4 years of undergraduates. I'm about to endure another 3 years of law school, right?
Come on now.
I know I'm not going to just waste that degree on simply taking care of kids, but I know that if I do meet anyone along in my career, I'm willing to just put my career on pause. I know this is controversial, but just put my career on pause, take care of my kids. Once my kids are 18, I wouldn't even say 18. Once, I don't want to put an age, but once I see that my kids are mature enough to take care of themselves to the point where I don't need to like be the backbone where they can just simply fall off. I will always be that for the back of the life, but I know that they just won't fall off without me there.
How do you calculate maturity to know it's enough? Because I feel like maturity is a daily thing.
Maturity is like multifaceted. I will agree with you on that. With maturity, it's just simply through observation. Like again, parents know their children the best. especially if I've been in the house watching them, seeing them grow. I will be able to look at my husband and be like, hey, they are able to handle what they need to handle. Do not worry about them. I know them. And once I see that for myself, I'm going back to being a lawyer.
It's like you just trying to say that guys are not responsible, because why do you have to be the one to tell your husband that?
I'm not saying I'm going to tell him like, hey, leave her alone. But I'm going to say I will give that advice. The same way that I'm willing to accept my husband's advice, he should be also willing to at least hear me out. Again, like in the Bible, there's a reason why God took me from Adam's rib and not his foot nor his head. We are both co-equals. He will listen to me. I will listen to him. And then at the end of the day, if my man wants to make that final decision, he can go ahead and make that final decision as long as he put...
What church do you go?
The church?
Do you go
to? Well, right now in Ohio, I don't really go to any specific church. I host my own Bible study. So I'll just simply say that, again, if my husband says like, this is our final plan, he's taking my thoughts into consideration, I'm gonna sit back, let him do his thing. But again, if I know that I've been there for the kids more actively, like I'm in their presence, and I'm not talking about finances, but I'm just simply there in their presence, I would hope my husband has the discernment to be like, okay, damn, she knows what she's talking about. I'm gonna let her lead on this one. Simple as that. Okay. All right. Any thoughts from the comments themselves? Anyone have anything to say?
Maturity index is complex and it is very subjective.
All right, you guys, it has been a long live stream. I want to also shout out everyone who has been with us for how long have we going on for?
Like 3 hours.
3 hours?
It says 2 still. Probably 2 hours and some change.
Yeah. Almost 3 hours. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
If you guys have sticked on with us throughout this entire time, shout out to you. I know I'm tired. Y'all are probably tired. You probably tired of listening to us argue. Let me see.
Where? A question for the lady in black. Well, there's 2. The question for the lady in black: if she is not ready to bring kids to her family, will she allow her man to bring kids to the family?
Talking about you.
Okay. I'm like for example, like again, if I'm getting married at the time, I'll most likely be ready to have kids. But it's like, for example, let's say that I'm in like 1 year into my marriage and my husband looks at me, he's like, hey, I really want kids right now. And I tell him like, hey, my body is not ready for that. And he decides to go and bring other people's kids into the household out of wedlock. Of course, I'm going to divorce him, because there's a difference between bringing a kid from out of wedlock and cheating on me versus, again, if we say like, let's adopt a kid, or he already had the kid before and we got married, I would accept that. But again, bringing a child that, again, is unfortunately is a product of infidelity, I can't handle that. I know myself. Now, am I going to say that I'm going to whip the child any way I can and then leave? No, I don't want to abuse the child. That child didn't do anything. It's just the thought of how he came about is affecting me. And I know maturity wise, I'm not ready to handle that. Now, again, of course, I know myself. And again, I know the man that God who will bless me with will be patient enough to at least have the conversation with me and I will let him know when I'm ready, and he'll be ready for that.
Respectful. I like that.
Okay. You guys, again, thank you so much. I am so glad that everyone is leaving in one piece. There was no yelling. There was no crying. That is how you have a discussion. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and talking about your guys' opinions. We really do appreciate it. And then also, again, shout outs to Wyattsdot Productions for hosting this. And please return back to Thoughts Express. Have a good day.